Oh, that's all of that's going to be out of sequence.
Yeah.
All right,
Good
Anchor
enough.
Station 631. This is EclipseMT bringing to you the live commentary for the Counterattack Collection. Once again, I am hosting this commentary. Joining me today will be...
Quirderph, hi.
What do you do, Quirderph? Is the next one me? Is the next one me? Sylarjr Jr., but I promise I'm not 5 years old.
DarthDementous, voice of Mr. Thoreau in Blow the Skin.
OpheliaBloodstone, voice of Pong Day.
The Dada voice, I mean Yoda voice. Vladibear is here.
And I am Rivercast, voice of Ratio Dial, and additional translator for these extra episodes.
I'm gonna say addition and
Yes.
subtraction.
Correct.
Well, there's
Speaking
a lot
of
of math
additional
commentary in the
translate-
first.
Yeah. Speaking of the additional translator, we've got this interesting monstrosity right here.
Oh yeah, I love this title crawl.
And the one thing I wanted to mention...
We missed the part where Rick rolled us.
Yeah.
It gets so apologetic at one point. It's like, oh god, what's happening? Help!
Wait.
I remember when we voted on this. I remember
Yeah.
way back when we had to decide.
I remember
That's
too
right.
that. And the one thing I
remem-
really wanted to present was the fact that we were actually at the point when we started to do this that we were getting increasingly more independent from Knife of Pie's original translation. So what do you guys think about that sort of independence that we had sort of achieved from the original, I guess, vision from what we had been presented that would eventually had evolved into what we see right now?
I think
I
the
like-
translation for this one worked
Yeah.
out really well. I think it's a little more crazy than the previous script, which is good.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the issues of the previous script, ironically, was that it made too much sense at times. This one does not have that
Yeah.
problem.
This one has the problem that too much of it is left in Japanese. So
Yeah.
Which is great
there was
for
a
our
lot of foreign
Japanese
language in
viewers
this.
out there.
yeah,
Yeah, they'll be
I
able to
wonder what the heck we're
understand
saying.
10%.
The weebs will get pissed off too, with like some random bad
Oh yeah,
readings.
horrendous pronunciations. To be fair though, it is entirely in character for Han Solo to just not give a shit and deliver a terrible translation.
Yeah. You actually do have most of those lines, right?
I think I got away with
Yeah,
not
I
having
do.
a lot of them at all. I think I say somebody's name when I'm in the spaceship. I'm Luke, by the way. I realize I didn't even say what the hell I'm doing.
You just said you're not 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I directed the film, just so you know.
And I'm just some guy that plays a bunch of extras.
Oh, you're so much more than that.
And I made this new script.
Yep.
Oh wow!
And speaking
I
of
didn't
new
even
script-
realize.
Wow, you did the screenplay for Empire Strikes Back? I'm honored.
Yeah, from scratch, completely, 100%. This is all copyright me.
You're just gonna see the credits. It's just gonna be everything done by Quirderph. Based on a story by Quirderph.
Oh, here I am. I'm so glad
Here he
that I get to
is.
listen to me.
And you are Han, apparently.
How big is this living space cruiser that there's not enough ice here to fill it?
Nazby.
Look at all this ice.
Was it? We went with Nazby, right? I can't even remember now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you probably would have done quite a few different ones like that.
Oh my gosh!
There's always so many different ways to say nonsense, isn't there?
Yep.
And
What
you
I
keep
want- what I
asking,
want is it
Eclipse. Was that you who did this Yeti guy right here?
What? I
No,
didn't do anything.
that's
was-
the
no,
actual
that-
sound from the
That was
movie.
the original.
Do you want me to roar for the Ewoks when we go to Hopeless Situation Return? Like, I can do
Oh
that.
god.
We'll see.
I didn't want to say anything, but I was hoping you would.
Can we all do the hiya, hiya, and just layer over all our voice clips? That would be fun.
It's kind of funny too because I'm a choir at my I'm in choir at my home church, so
Oh, okay. Well, then you'll be great for when we do the Christmas special.
We're doing that one?
Oh god.
I mean, when it comes
Here
to
he
the
is.
next movie, I I actually have an English translation of the Yub Nub song, so I thought we could translate
Quirderph.
that.
You are going
The
robotic.
background of your mic is pretty staticky.
It is.
All I heard was Yub Nub song, and I was interested.
That's okay, that was the core.
Do you hear me better now, or?
Well, we hear you. You're
There's
just really
just like a
staticky.
staticky noise.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You guys might have said this beforehand, and Darth, I'm sure everybody has sung your praises, but you do this voice so goddamn well. It's kind of amazing.
Thanks, man. It's always a tricky balance because it's really easy to sound like Harrison Ford phoning in a performance.
Yeah.
Even though that fits, I try my best to add some emotion to the lines.
Do I sound better now?
Yes.
There we go.
Oh,
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something right out of a dream.
Otherwise, you sound like Han Solo in the Christmas special. He's like, "Oh, what is the problem?" He just sounds like he's falling asleep.
Didn't original Harrison Ford not want to do the holiday special?
I
Yes,
don't know,
you
but
can
he
hear it in his
regretted
voice.
it afterwards.
I don't think that's
think everyone
unique
did.
to Harrison Ford. I think everybody was feeling that way.
Yeah, I think only Carrie Fisher enjoyed that role.
Yeah.
I think Carrie
I mean-
Fisher said she was on drugs the whole time, didn't remember it.
Yeah, you could at one point you could see like her coke finger.
Oh no!
The hell?
And
The signature Coke finger.
I saw an interview with Anthony Daniels, and he said that he still has the script from the holiday special, but he can't
hell
bring
yes.
himself to look at it. It's that bad.
No.
And Anthony
Private
Daniels
hand
will literally
picking.
do anything when it comes
You
to
just telling me to
C3PO.
pick my nose.
He pointed at you
Privately.
in the way he would privately.
Yeah, when I
said
delivered that
private
line,
hand
I
picking.
actually did the Han Solo point too. It always helps me get into character.
I was wondering if there were stories behind everybody's audition process. That was the first thing I said when we talked.
Kind
about
of.
this.
Yeah, I usually
Wow.
tend to put my body into my
Well-
performance. I've started doing that recently.
It's unfortunate too because I end up playing a bunch of characters that are scattered throughout these productions.
Yeah.
I missed this earlier, but the general in the one control room scene was played by Jeremy Winterson, who you may know as the guy who gave us Backstroke of the West originally.
Oh.
All
wow.
hail.
Oh,
Yeah.
All hail, Jeremy.
Yep.
Yes. Jeremy Winterson, he is the only
Thank the
decent
maker.
Jeremy in the Star Wars fandom.
Yeah.
I'll have you guys know, this is my little bit of trivia. I made a Reddit account to audition for this. I had never been on Reddit beforehand.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Pretty much
I didn't know
ditto.
that.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
I don't think I had a Reddit before. I might have.
I was
I definitely had one
randomly
before.
active, inactive on Reddit.
Sure.
And I think what's going to end up changing is that I made this Discord server partially as a way to sort of ease it to those people who didn't want to go on Reddit. And
Yeah.
so that's why
That was
I
a
decided,
good idea.
Yeah. It was a brilliant idea to sort of bridge the gap between Reddit and Discord and to provide a means for both platforms to interact and possibly contribute to future productions.
It's also
Yeah,
good
'cause
too
if
because
it's just
Quirderph
on
can
Discord, I
like direct
mean-
message us as well, and it's a lot easier to just send lines over via Discord rather than Reddit.
And it's
Just 'cause
also
it
Yeah,
makes
easier
it
to
so
and
much
like
nicer.
if it's just on Discord, nobody's gonna find it. You know, nobody's gonna know where.
Yeah.
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 And it's also easier to submit casting calls and even your own audio tracks on Discord because back then I have SoundCloud, and that SoundCloud is actually filling up with other stuff
Wow.
besides my audition lines.
This is a little
Oh,
tidbit
man.
for you guys. I actually beat myself up when I recorded this scene.
Oh.
Now that's method acting.
Uh-huh. What was really stupid of me is when I realized I don't have any lines in it. So
That's why you watch the scene before you record it.
uh-huh. See,
Yeah.
And then afterwards you submerge yourself in a hot bath just to get into the mood.
you don't want to know what I did when I lose my arm later on.
Oh god.
Don't tell me.
Just as long as you recorded it when it happened, so you
Yeah,
get the nice
exactly.
raw audio.
And don't
your
cut
pain will
off
all be worth
anybody's
it.
hand in the next film. Yeah.
Oh, here I go. Whoa,
Speaking of cutting off people's hands,
look at that.
You're already
Yeah.
not listening to us.
There I go.
Here's a fun
you're raised
fact
on a moisture farm?
about this scene. That you know, this is actually a combination between the special edition and the original edition.
I thought so.
And
Really?
When the Wampa approaches in the cave, that's from the original cut, but when we see the suit later, that's the special edition.
Oh.
Oh.
This also is a very unfamiliar music cut too. You want to talk about that, Quirderph?
Yeah, you know, when I downloaded the soundtrack to Star Wars, I realized that there's a lot of music here that's not in the final film. And I added that to the scene as it is, and it fits perfectly. So it's scored to the scene, but it wasn't actually used in the final film. So I added it just to see how it would work, and it does work pretty well.
I wonder
Empire
what's up
Strikes
with that.
Back, out of all of the Star Wars movies, probably is the most unreleased music. There's actually a really interesting part, I think, later on, where for Han Solo, they represent him with the B theme of the Star Wars main theme, the that kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I thought there was a whole other half of that story.
Yeah,
So I was like, please continue.
I don't know what to say, sorry.
No, I'm thinking. Well, I'm just watching. I'm watching this. Quirderph, this must have been one of your favorite parts to edit. I was just saying because you don't have to worry about us, us messing our lines up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot
want-
faster to do. It's a lot faster to edit.
What I want there to be eventually is like a like fan interpretation of like just like a whole different movie with this dialogue, like how with Backstroke, like people created this whole plot with like Gold having an affair with Speaker D and like
the extended lore of the Backstroke universe.
So just and Ratio Tile being undead or something.
I still don't know what's up with that. But
people said people have made up some lore for this one. Like apparently the Admiral of the Empire.
Listen here in the background.
One of the last posts,
Shh.
One of the last posts is talking about like Vader's mental illness. Isn't that what's on Reddit right now? I mean, but he's mentally ill in the real movies too.
Yeah.
So.
It's
I
time.
love the sarcastic laugh as he walks away.
Haha, they're gonna die.
I mean, I
exactly.
really,
There's nothing you can do.
DarthDementous, I really like your delivery in this scene. I think it actually works pretty well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I did a better job with C-3PO this time around. I think everything was just more consistent.
Jesus, I
also,
forget that
finally
you're
had my
also
new
C-3PO.
microphone, could put that into action.
It's going to be a very major point later on in the movie where DarthDementous. We're going to discuss this later on with the fact that DarthDementous plays both Han and 3PO.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes where I'm talking to myself.
Yep.
That's every voice actor's dream. It's a lot of fun.
You're
I cannot do
Seth
1,000
MacFarlane.
voices. I can't do 1,000 voices. I said this before, I will say that again. I cannot do 1,000 voices. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, Luke is getting cold.
Oh no, he's getting brain freeze.
Aw, that was really.
The repetition of the
great.
lines really kicks in on Dagobah. I think there's something to do with the planet that makes people repeat themselves.
It's true. The planet makes everyone insane.
And that's
Kinda fits with the
because,
story.
Rivercast, you could talk about this. You actually used different translation methods for this movie. Yeah, there is
actually, I'm not sure how well known this is, but I was. This is actually Quirderph's idea. He requested me to basically divide the script into 3 sections, which would be scenes for Jedi and Rebels and Imperial characters. And each one was translated into this nonsense script with a different method.
Wow.
And that's
cool.
why.
And that kind of gives them
Radio
all
as well.
a different identity.
Yeah, that's why I think it's mostly the Jedi scenes where you have the weird repetition. Mostly.
Yeah, that's why
And
Dada is Gaga.
Bee bee ba ba ba.
And then in the rebel scenes you have these weird untranslated Japanese words, because I think the way that I did that was, I don't have an exact record of how I did it anymore, unfortunately, but I think what I did was, like, I would translate into Japanese, and then I would translate back into English, but reading the Japanese as Chinese, so...
Oh yeah.
Something
I think
like
it's
that.
I think it's genius. I think it's so cool because I mean the characters would speak differently in the lore.
Yeah,
They'll have
that's a cool
accents.
idea. Everyone's got their own like broken translation voice.
Yeah.
And here we have some very unfamiliar music and sound effects.
Yeah, the snow speeders lose the engine
yeah,
sound
true.
that they're most well known for. I think these were actual airplanes. And it's so good to
I
snow
didn't
speeders.
bother finding any actual snow speeder sounds. I just added airplane
You could've
noises
straight out
from
ripped them from
Adobe
Battlefront.
Premiere. What?
You could have
I
straight
can't
out ripped
actually
them
tell
from
that much
Star
of a
Wars
difference, to
Battlefront.
be honest.
The snow speeder sounds.
Yeah,
Or Lego
but
Star Wars.
I didn't
Actually,
bother.
funny thing with the music playing here, this might be the original track for this piece because
Yeah, I think so.
the music that was used for this was tracked in from a different cue later on.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh
Can't
god,
believe-
the Japanese
Yoshi
Hayami.
We're gonna piss
This
off a
guy
bunch
always
of weebs with
reminds me of
commentary.
Alfred Molina. I don't know why. You know,
Has anyone seen Inglourious Bastards? It's kind of
Yeah.
like that scene where Brad Pitt's character is pretending to be Italian. He's like, Gorlami, buongiorno.
Like all the Japanese shibboleths that get dropped here and there on the rebel scenes.
Very
Why does he have a
multicultural,
diaper
I'm gonna say.
on in the thing? That's what I'm.
Just
So that
be
he's not
glad he has a
naked?
diaper on.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
They gave him some other. They could have given him something
Yeah, so
more
they didn't have to make the
dignified.
movie
But it's
R-rated.
very unflattering.
Here we go again.
Okay, who is Itaruyo and how does he relieve himself?
I don't know. I
How
mean,
did
I
you
just
know
want to
what
show
the
people how to
are?
relieve. I'm not going to finish that.
I read somewhere on Reddit that, you know, Hans says, "What do you think of your child?" So they interpreted that as Chewbacca is Luke's son.
I
Man,
see the
that's an even
resemblance.
greater twist than Vader being Luke's dad. I love it.
Nobody saw it coming. We're subverting expectations here.
You tell me. I've never seen Luke's son and Chewbacca in the same room.
No,
I've never-
Chewie, I am your father.
Nursery herdsman.
Yeah, that's a great translation of no photo.
The talented statue.
I am not a statue, but I am talented.
Is it?
Perfect, yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, speaking of incest, there was actually a deleted scene where they really drove up the romantic tension between Luke and Leia even more.
I
And
love
they were
his
gonna kiss
smug face.
just without anyone seeing, but then Han arrives and interrupts them. Clearly they were not planning for them to be brother and sister in this movie, because you look at a scene like that and you're like, oof.
That's
Yeah.
it's. I think this is consistent with. I think this is how the original trilogy is consistent with the sequel trilogy. They made each
Sure.
movie and like they had no idea what was coming next.
Yeah.
The
That's true.
prequels were actually the only one planned out from the start.
Yeah, that's true.
And here's the
Yeah,
The only
only
difference is that the original trilogy had a unifying vision, whereas the sequel trilogy was like a game of tug of war between directors.
It really
yeah,
does
but the
feel that way.
you know the
the
yeah, but the
original
sequel trilogy,
trilogy
like-
was
Ryan Johnson and J.J. Abrams just trying to write their own ideas into the scripts.
The most expensive slap fight ever created.
I have a whole very pretentious theory that the original trilogy is built to mimic the 3-act structure of a Shakespearean comedy, and the prequels.
Knowing George, I can see that.
And the prequels are a 3-act structure of a Shakespearean tragedy. But I have no proof besides that one ends with a wedding and then one person dies of the other one.
that is a good point. That is a good
Yeah.
point. And
I'm
what,
sure
sequel-
someone could
sequel
make a
trilogy is
better
history?
case. And the
Tragedy
sequel
of Darth
trilogy
Vader.
is a tragedy.
what's the prequel?
Hey, I like all.
I used to think
I'm-
it was a tragedy.
I'm easygoing.
but I
I'm
realized
chill.
it
I
was
like
a
all the
comedy.
movies.
Yeah. No, I hope I didn't make a divisive statement there.
No, you probably didn't. I probably did.
I really do not like the sequel trilogy.
If you look
I
at
have
these
no reason.
I'm part of a group on Facebook, Star Wars fans who actually like the movies.
I like Rogue One, if that means anything.
I don't,
Rogue One is actually good.
People are gonna hate me. I do not like Rogue One.
I've only seen each of them once, and every time I'm always like, yeah, okay, great. I really
Yeah, I know it was a
shouldn't.
movie.
I shouldn't be the representative of the main character here.
No. I mean, the thing is with me is like I'm not picky because I have no sense of quality. I just like enjoy everything.
And that's
Sure.
valid.
That's
Valid.
a great
Which
way
is,
to
you know,
navigate.
Yeah, but I think is a good way to live.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't know.
Someone's been playing
I
Untitled
like
Goose Game.
encouraging. I like encouraging high standards just because I think
Alright.
it leads to better art in general.
Yeah. All these
But
Imperial
you can go
officers,
too
I
far in the
believe-
opposite direction because there
All
there
these
is
Imperial
a
act-
yeah.
I'm not going to be taking names right now, but I think all these Imperial officers in this scene were all played by new people.
yes, they were.
Oh, let's
I
give
don't
them a hand,
play-
everybody. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't play
sure.
anyone in this scene.
Yeah.
No, Luke, it's not time to give a hand yet.
Also, welcome
Oh.
back, Reach the West, which, as you guys know, is played by Tom Schalk. Hi there, by the
Oh.
way.
Does he
Thank you,
do
Tom
the voice
Schalk.
effects himself, or does he get someone else to do them?
I think
I
he does
don't
all
know,
this work
but-
by himself.
Yeah. He sends them in as they are, at least. I mean,
I don't want to go another minute without acknowledging Darth's very funny comment about giving a hand.
I love to see.
That's okay. You did.
I just thought we ought to.
That's what I do,
it got
kid.
talked over. There you go. See, he can switch in and out of the voices, but this is just the voice. I'm not talented enough to do a different voice for Luke.
No, I'm with
I-
you. I'm with you. I can barely do
There you
Leia.
are.
It was perfect though.
I grew up doing a lot of different voices in the shower. It was kind of strange. I'd like construct entire scenes where I just talk to myself. So I've had a lot of practice with this.
Now, do you remember Eclipse and Quirderph, probably, or maybe it was the DarthDementous. I don't remember who the person was, but when I originally auditioned, the thing that you guys said was the best part of my audition was that I sounded more whiny than he originally was.
I don't know who said that, but I kind
What
of
a
agree with
backhanded
that
compliment.
statement.
Yeah. I don't recall anything because I joined the whole DubGathers team midway into the production of the novelty Desire, so and I never really assumed this directorial role except for these commentaries and a handful of other extra content that basically all the side content that nobody bothered to produce until then.
Sure.
It's good to have the delegation too.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
glad. We're
It's
glad.
nice that we have multiple people working on stuff. Kind of makes this feel almost like a franchise.
If we ever did Pirates of the Caribbean, I could take a bigger role on that. I love that's my big
Oh,
big
that
franchise.
would be fun.
I kind of want us to do the Avengers.
Start
Bad as
That
Lord
would be really,
Varys
really
was,
good.
as bad as Lord Varys was, Qyburn is the worst. I mean, he is dangerous and arrogant. We never asked for this sort of experiment that he did on Sir Gregor Clegane. I, for one, believe that the entire thing should be destroyed.
Jesus.
Okay,
case
so
you're
this
wondering-
part on TV tropes, people have interpreted this part as the guy the admiral taking the whole fleet on a joyride through time instead of doing what he's supposed to do. So that's why he gets choked out.
Aw, joyride through time.
Yeah, time travel.
Turned the entire Imperial fleet into the TARDIS. Impressive.
Maybe
Yeah.
on the future.
It's smaller on the inside.
In case you're wondering, that sort of gag where I was reading stuff in Pycelle's lines was a double take because I played General Veers inside this entire dub, and
Oh.
it was actually a very recent trivia fact that I found out that the real world actor who played General Veers was this guy who played Pycelle in Game of Thrones, and I just
Yeah.
love
Oh wow.
James Glover, I think his name is.
Julian Glover.
Julian, that's it.
Julian.
He has a
Glover.
son too. Actually, his son is the voice of Darth Malgus in Star Wars: The Old Republic, which is kind of cool.
And I just, ever since I found that out, I just love to make Veers' Pycelle jokes every single time I encounter either character.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were doing because I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Maybe-
I
maybe
recognize
I'm just
Clegane.
Maybe I'm just a youngster, but I'm surprised that anyone old enough to play like one of the Imperial like officers in the original trilogy
Yeah,
is still
I'm
like
surprised
active.
he's still alive.
He was playing an old man in the show, probably.
Yeah, he's 85 years old now.
Yeah.
Wow, a hero.
It's amazing to imagine that sort of dichotomy. Like, you have him playing a role in his prime, and then you have him playing a really old guy, and how the two roles sort of intermingle.
Yeah.
Actually, one of a cool role that he's done is he was actually the voice of Aragog in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh.
There's no major transportation.
Oh, well.
What about all
Rebels
these
are kind of
ships?
screwed then.
That's minor
man.
transportation.
With all the
Wow.
Japanese translations, I'm almost disappointed Teacher didn't get turned into Senpai at one point.
But senpai is a
Imagine
teacher.
hearing Vader say that.
Senpai is like older student.
What is
Teacher
thy
is
bidding,
sensei.
my senpai?
Is that true? Is that senpai is older student?
Senpai is like an older student. Sensei is teacher.
Senpai is older student. Kohai is younger student. Yeah.
I think Senpai is just an older person that you respect.
A role model.
Actually,
Yeah.
Not like
that's
old, but
kind
just
of
like someone who
has more seniority than
skill
you.
Yeah, seniority.
I don't know what any of it means, so I'm impressed that all of you guys have. You could have told me that senpai means like.
I could have guessed
Vader.
you so
Yeah,
hard
and I
just
would have
then.
believed you.
My childhood best friend teaches English in Japan, so I know a little bit.
Oh,
I lived in
wow.
Japan for 8
Cool.
years, so there's that.
Oh my god. Well, I've never.
It's
I've,
not a competition.
I've never even heard a Japanese word until now.
There you go. Sylarjr wins.
There's a Chinese word right there.
Well, it's
Chen Hao.
not the same.
Chen Hao.
Yeah, I basically know, like, I don't know any Japanese. I just basically can tell when a line is in Japanese as opposed to Chinese or whatever.
Yeah, true.
That's
I have
it,
a
you know,
weird
that's
intuitive
impressive.
sense to it as well.
I'll tell you. You guys can say whatever. I will be impressed. You know.
Awesome.
I set the low. Dementous sets the bar high. I strive to set the bar low.
That's a choice, I suppose.
It's too powerful, guys. I gotta give
That would
up.
make a really terrible bomber, unless you dropped the AT-AT on the target you were trying to destroy in space.
Finally!
Finally, please. Took you long
I
enough.
could run away from this fight.
I lost my firepower. That guy's doing a really good job. I want to give my hat off to that guy.
That was the
I like how
loudest
you said that
explosion
right
scene.
after you mocked him.
And then Luke
That was
just
the
rides
loudest
around the rest of the
explosion sound
scene with a
in
dead
this
guy
entire
in the
thing.
back of his
Yeah.
seat.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
That is
That-
true. I never even thought of that, but that's true.
And Dak, he's played by the same actor who played Biggs in the first dub. And he was also
Oh,
that
cool.
robot in the Rebel base earlier.
So he's destined to play all of Luke's friends that get killed. Nice.
Yeah, it was his own choice. So,
There's a plosive pop.
Oh no.
Yeah, I heard that.
Ports.
Yeah, I'm so happy I got my new microphone for this, because it finally has
Yeah,
a
this
pop
was after
filter.
I got my new microphone. All of this was
What-
after I got this new microphone, which I'm recording this commentary in right now.
What do you guys use? Because I went back and listened to Novelty Desire, and it sounds like I was recording it on a Nokia. Like,
I'm surprised that
No,
mine did not
I-
sound like I was on a Nokia.
Sorry, say that word again. Say that word again,
Nokia.
Sylarjr. Nokia.
do you mean a Nokia?
No, no,
Nokia.
Nokia.
Sure.
I had to get a $100 like a professional microphone to record because like my computer mic wasn't good enough, and
Oh.
I mean I was like I told this story in the last commentary, but basically I was told like get a better microphone if you want to be in the movie.
We put an ultimatum down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I
always a good
wasn't
motivator.
even the first choice for the role. I wasn't even the first choice for the role. They had another Leia who disappeared.
You were always my first choice.
Aww. Brotherly love.
Exactly.
It was fate. You
But
did
you
a
know-
really good job, Ophelia.
You know what is you
Thank you.
you did a great job.
Lonely,
really.
lonely
Like, this
dragon.
whole time.
Lonely beggar.
I had to do this line so many times. It's so difficult to time that properly.
Did we do the line yet where I got possessed by the devil? Quirderph?
Yeah.
Did we do
We've
that?
done
Okay,
that.
we did that. We found that one.
I mean, you had to re-record that because there was something wrong with you. There was,
I didn't even know what was going on. Like, I hadn't even listened to it. I sent it off, and then it was.
That's right.
It
the
came
weird
back and got
distortion.
me. It was. I was a monster.
mean-
To answer your question, Sylarjr, I used a microphone that I initially borrowed from my dad's work, and then the
Okay.
beginning of last year, I was able to
Little
pick up a
sounding
Rode
robotic
NT
right
USB
here.
mic.
Ooh. Okay.
I like all the different translations of rogue. It's been bandit, rogue, thief,
Thief.
beggar.
It has its own internal logic. I love it.
Watch the crossfire, boys. Who the hell voiced that? Really?
Who does Rogue 2? I actually love that guy too.
Yeah, he did a good job. His voice fits the character well. Oh, my ears!
Oh no! Oh!
To be fair, his communications is destroyed, so it probably would sound like that.
That was an
One
added
of the
effect.
translations for Rogue 2 is Thief 2, which is one of my favorite video games.
Thief 2. Oh, that's good. I have to go back and play. I played the remake of the Thief game they made a while back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
not
pretty
a-
good.
I did not. I was not crazy about it.
Oh well, or not.
Did Vladibear shut off his microphone?
Yeah, I did. I was coughing. It's okay.
Good. Glad to know you're
we
still
want to
here.
get the raw footage.
Could you get the cough
That's fine.
again for the?
You'll hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
Take two.
Yeah, we missed your cough.
Oh no.
It adds
The
authenticity.
editor will have it in his own file. It's all right.
He'll look up like cough.
Yeah, just
Cough sound effect online and just insert it.
go ahead.
Oh, we're talking about product distribution now.
Oh. Wouldn't be a Star Wars film without that.
That's true. Economy is a big theme in Star Wars.
Yeah, the real money is in merchandising.
When are we guys? We got to make our own merchandise. We got to make a get a T-shirt that
C-3PO
says
says
ratio
that line a lot.
tile.
I think he said that
Can
in
I
the
speak about the
previous movie
sound
as well.
editing in this thing? It was like, the sound editing is like, oh my god.
What do you mean?
Like, it's
Yeah.
like all the sound, like this entire retreat scene with all the explosions and stuff. I actually am impressed with where you sourced those sounds to throw in the movie.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, it's really convincing, Quirderph. I would not have known.
Yeah, I added...
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
it's an
would have
improvement
just
from the
assumed
previous
that
one,
you took
too.
like the movie and somehow removed all the dialogue from
I
it.
didn't.
And just all
I
the rest
basically...
was-
I removed all the audio from these clips,
Yeah,
added the
that's what you have
music,
to do.
added an explosion for, well, at least in those scenes where there is dialogue, I added one explosion effect for every explosion. And then added, you know,
That
the
guy.
dialogue on top of that.
all you
but
need
I'm
is
co-
one explosion.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you do. I say it every
Yeah.
time, but it's really
It
It
cuts
is.
in between really well. I
And
think
I'm
I think this is more.
constantly-
Sorry, you go.
Yeah, I'm constantly switching from the original movie audio to my own audio and trying to make
Yeah.
it as seamless as possible.
Oh.
Well, it's really seamless.
Yeah, in this movie especially, I had trouble telling where the cuts were. I think. Can anyone remember in Backstroke of the West, was there much post-production done in terms of adding sound effects back, or did they just kind of mute all of the footage? Except
I
for
have
the
no
dialogue?
idea how they did this in terms of
None of us were
backstroke.
there.
None of us were there. I want to
Oh
get
no,
the
I mean like,
gathers on.
were there
before
sound
my
effects
time.
in the final product, or
I
was it
think
just
there are
muted and
some
then
sound
dialogue?
effects in it. There's certainly
Okay.
music, but
I mean, for the
Yeah, I
most
remember
part,
being kind of sparing.
I mean, for the most part, it does sound. There's no like suspension of disbelief, and he sort of breaks in that sort of ordeal. But you're still immersed as if it were the real film.
Yeah, the music's definitely the most important thing to get right in terms of continuity too, because that's the thing you can immediately like. That's what will take you out of it if you're switching over to the
Yeah.
new dialogue.
Happy Ichka.
Some kind of celebration in another country.
Same as Kwanzaa.
I loved this scene when I first watched it. I thought this was so cool.
The cinematography in this is great.
How about this?
And Darth, I know that you're playing both Han and C-3PO, but I think you're doing a good job at making them distinct.
You
Thank
do.
you.
You're really
It
good.
helps that they're at opposite ends of the range.
Yeah.
If it was more like, say, Han and Lando, which I did audition for Lando at one point, but I think one of the issues was that there were so many scenes where Han was talking to Lando, and you could kind of tell that it was the same person.
Yeah.
I thought that was just one step too far, you know.
Yeah.
I had to draw the line in the
That's
sand
okay.
somewhere.
I suppose people can have some roles.
Where is Orlando? He should be here.
Just you wait until episode 6 where I voice 75% of the characters. Even the Quake and Monkey Lizard.
Yeah, I
yeah,
actually.
who do we got to cast in episode 6? We got to find some new people.
I actually.
Maybe.
That same mentality, Darth, that you mentioned about casting Lando, like being a bridge too far in terms of how many characters you play in this bugger dub. I almost considered. God, that whole line salad that Luke just dropped made me lose my train of thought.
Yo Li
So much
Ga.
as phonetics.
It's like a religious fanatic or something like that.
Well, he is becoming a
Correction.
religious fanatic. He's becoming a Jedi.
That's true. He's gonna become a
And,
zealot in
yeah.
no time.
Based
But yeah.
on the Jedi translation, he is losing his sanity.
Yeah,
I
it's a hopeless
completely
situation.
forgot to record this scene when we did it, I think. I think this was the last one that I did, because I forgot this scene was even in the movie.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of pickups I had
That
to do
line's not
too, I
suggested
think.
at all.
But yeah, I actually had considered playing a whole bunch of other characters besides what I had gotten in this dub, but I balked for that same reason, that I just thought it was a bridge too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to get as much of the community involved with this as possible. I think it drives a nice
Yeah.
engagement, and it's always cool whenever we do a new project that we get to open the auditions and new people get to try their hand at the roles. I like that.
It's really
that hands-on
fun.
approach we have with the community.
I'm convinced that I would never get cast again. If you
I
guys do
might
any other
because
parts.
there's still no other like feminine voices on the internet, but
You've got the monopoly. But yeah, Sylarjr, what I find really interesting about your performance is you said you had acting experience, right? I can
Yeah.
really hear that because a lot of the situations you really
Mo.
sell,
Aw, thank you.
particularly when you compare it to the original performance. Like one of the issues I have is selling the emotion of the scene with the nonsense dialogue, but I find you do that pretty well.
Well, thank you.
I think the best example of that was in the previous movie in the garbage compactor scene.
I
The
love
way you were like
doing
yelling
that
those lines
scene.
at the end, that was really good. That was really good. That was spot on.
Yeah,
I
we were
love
praising for you
that
for
scene.
those in the last commentary, which... Yeah.
Damn it! I said I'd critique you this commentary. Fuck.
Everybody just be a piece
You're
of shit.
too lovable.
To me.
Damn it.
Oh, thank you.
Do
There's
something
an
to make me
original
hate
how.
you. Balance things out.
Well, I did like Rogue One, so
Oh yeah, that's true. That's enough. Scum.
go get me.
Rebel scum.
Yeah, no, I
That line.
perfect.
You're chewy.
It reminds me of a parody commercial from Germany I watched, which has Chewbacca run in and advertise Chewbacca chewing gum. Yeah, and
Well, that was exactly my inspiration, Quirderph. I watched that scene before I did the line. No, no, I'm kidding. I wish.
Unnecessary fees.
I keep wanting to tell you all to be quiet during my lines because like I did so good this time around.
Oh, please,
sorry.
Everybody
No,
should
no,
feel
no,
free to
oh.
tell me to be quiet.
No,
anytime.
We're supposed to be talking.
That's true.
You
That's
did do
the
a
conflict,
great
right?
job.
I want to showcase everyone's lines, but at the same time,
Let's
we have
sing.
to do
Let's
a
sing
commentary.
Ophelia's
I have plenty
praises here
more.
for a bit because
I
this
have
is.
plenty more
yeah.
lines.
I think you've totally come very far. Not to say that you weren't there to begin with, but I think you really have kind of embraced what you do. This
The new
movie.
mic helps a lot too.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, thank you.
Don't record on a headset microphone. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
But hey, look at me. I got away with recording on this crappy lavalier microphone for the first one, and look where I'm at right now.
That's what this is. If you like the sound, right now I'm using a headset microphone. That's usually not what I do. But
yeah, that's a pretty good headset mic then, I have to say.
If you can hear me okay on this.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Well, from now on, next time I'll use whatever the industry standard.
Am I?
No, you're not using a Neumann U87 for this project. If you do, you're either rich or you are
Just
overdoing it.
works. Yeah,
One of these
plus,
days I'll get
what
a
it is.
DRT microphone, or whatever they're called, the non-USB ones.
Yeah, plus part of what it is for me is that I was also recording in a bigger room at the start, and then I was suggested to record in a smaller room, which made a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Question for
I
the actors.
only have 2 rooms, but...
Baba.
Baba.
When you guys are recording your lines, and you have a section where you know that you're kind of shouting or raising your voice,
Yeah.
how do you handle, avoiding the thing peaking?
The answer to that is Quirderph has to fix my peaking, because there's...
Is that even possible?
I tune my gain down.
Yeah, I have to turn my gain down, but I hate it. I hate it so much because I always forget to put it up at the level that it was before, so I get different volume lines.
Yeah, the
I
same.
don't actually remember what I do. I think I get a little farther from the mic. I'm not sure. It was so long ago.
That always works too.
If you were to look at me while I do it, I'll be right up on the mic for all these lines, and then if I'm shouting, I run across the room and I do it.
Okay.
That's what. But
Yeah, that's...
it's
I get
not a great
farther.
method.
I think I get farther from the mic. I think so. I know, because
I think the
last time
most-
I was talking all about how, this time I pretended to shout, and I didn't shout, and I need to shout.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I think the most authentic way to do it is to, just adjust your gain and then boost, amplify it in Audacity afterwards up to the level
Yep.
of all the other clips.
But you're expecting me to know what I'm doing, which is your first mistake.
Yeah.
Well, you at least seem like you know what you're doing. So.
See, that's my real acting, is convincing
Fake it till you make
guys.
it.
Yeah.
We share some superpowers.
R2! See, I was across the room shouting that.
Oh yeah, I can.
You can hear me on the other side, the distance there.
The only other
That's
instance
okay.
where
I
I
think-
had to record anything special, there was nothing in this particular film where I had to do that same thing, but you remember Sylarjr, because you weren't here in the last time, I will say this once again, but we were in the Yavin scene where we had Luke being briefed on how to use about the X-Wing, and you had Red Leader walk in with that big giant Skywalker. I actually recorded that so far away from the other side of the room from where my mic was.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it works for scenes like that. And I don't know, I think the kind of effect you get works for these older films too, because the way they did their audio mixing.
It was really analog
It's
too.
not to today's standards, very analog.
It's just me screaming. This entire scene is just me screaming R2.
R2! Just standing
Do you
there.
struggle when you have to do scenes like that, try to get a new kind of take each time for the same line?
Oh, the nonsense that comes out of my mouth is so, really, if any of this connects at all, it is because of Quirderph's editing, because
what about that earlier Yo-Yo Nara Sunruna
Yeah.
thing that I
No,
don't...
we're coming up. We're coming up on Dagobah, and this is where you say say your every line 20 times. So
I said, "Where is my child?"
Vladibear's time to shine.
How many takes did you actually take for you get those particular lines, Sylarjr Jr.?
When I do, there's a lot, especially those ones where it repeats over and over and over again. Like this.
I actually like this scene more than the one in the real film. With him saying,
I think it's really, really good.
It's okay. And then R2 just barks.
And I think I said in when we do the take of it, I think I said, do we want to make the choice that I'm trying to convince myself that it's okay?
Yes. That was an excellent creative decision.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna use this scene. It's not me who does this Admiral because this is Admiral Ozzel instead of General Veers.
Yeah.
But I want to mention
No, this
one
is
thing.
Admiral Piet.
I want to mention something
Piet.
earlier with the Blast Veers scene. Comscan has detected an energy field.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for that clipping.
What was that?
Was that not in the
I always
movie? Was
noticed
that
that.
you
It's
right
funny.
now?
That was
That's
not
me.
me.
That's
No,
me.
no.
That was me.
That was the record. That was the line. There's something.
That was
There was something really
Yeah, he said that
strange with his recording, with the
The
Piet's
game must have
recording.
been higher in that take, maybe.
But when I was doing the Comscan detected an energy field scene, because there was that one infamous line where it was just so long. The line that we had in the script was too short, but the lip movements was so ungodlike long. And I tried to come up with a bunch of garbage to fill in that sort of gap. And a lot of the things I had included
Hot hand.
excuse me. And a lot of the things that I had tried to conjure up included a mention of the Sword and Shield Dexit controversy.
What?
Yeah,
What?
Pokemon
I mean-
Sword and Shield. I tried to drop a jab at Dexit, the Dexit controversy, at that same line.
That
But
just
You know what? That
confused
really would have
me,
hit
honestly.
me because
Talk
I was
about
actually
Easter
I was
eggs.
actually really up in arms about that. So that really would have hit close to home with me.
But it was like, Comscan has detected an energy field. It is to their so Dexit, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, you just added it in the middle of a sentence. It was just confusing to me. I didn't know where you got it from.
It's true.
Yeah, I only had one
Oh, wait.
instance of lip lock in the previous movie. It was the "I am the Imperial Senate," and it was.
In hindsight,
it was
though,
supposed to be much longer.
In hindsight, though, something like that would have been very contrived because Quirderph made it work by having the line only play whenever it cut in front of General Veers' face rather than from the back as he started the scene out. So it worked out that
That's
way.
smart. That's really smart.
Yeah,
I'm
so you don't
trying
get the
my
lip lock.
best. I'm trying my best
You
to
do a
make
good
the
job.
audio fit, but it's not
Well, this is going to
always
be
easy.
This is me and Vladibear's big scene.
Yeah, that's my
Alright.
first time
Yeah.
appearing here.
Oh,
I'm going to let
very
you guys
ex-
talk.
Ah, okay.
Oh, well, now the pressure's on for us to say something interesting.
Oh, there I am. There's my first experience.
I see that.
So rude.
And I'm thinking about it. I'm
Those are
thinking
the
about it.
subtitles actually pop up.
That,
You know.
yes. That was a very good, subtitle thing.
It's really.
Also, how do you pronounce Y? I mean, that was also a question for me, always.
Pretty much just that. That's how I interpret it. It's just why?
Oh, probably. By the way,
Oh, you're even doing the little bits and sounds.
I did-
Yeah, I
That's
love
so
that you
good.
did that. I love that you did
I
that.
didn't know if I
I was
should
hoping that
have.
whoever got Yoda would do the little weird grunts and noises that he did in between.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
I was also chewing.
RPG
Oh, yeah.
instructions.
Click OK to
Did you
close the dialogue
did you actually
box.
eat like a muesli bar or something there, or was that a
The
was
Tilda-
that simulated chewing?
I think
Tilda?
it was simulated chewing, actually. I think there's a... I might be wrong, but I think I say I can do some fake chewing and
Oh, yeah,
I
I
did
remember
all the
that.
lines without it, and then I did all the lines with it.
Tilda, tilde, 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 tilde.
Yeah, when I showed this movie to my family, they just laughed so hard at the tildes.
Yeah, they just keep popping up. It's great.
You actually showed out everything? You actually showed this to your family, Ophelia?
Yeah, well, who else was I gonna show it to?
That's
Such a
really...
wholesome thing to show to your family. Why not?
I'm lucky if I can get my family to watch something that I'm actually in.
Oh man, I wish I was in I wish I had
Are you
an
molest?
acting, a
Oh my God.
physical acting career. That's what I've always wanted. I've always wanted to be in movies and TV, but it's not gonna happen.
Well,
so.
I'm not. Well, you don't say that because, you're already doing something here. I'm by
I'm
no
30.
means.
It's already too late. I'm elderly.
You've already rid yourself off.
Some
Come
of us
on.
were.
I'm
Meryl
turning 30
Streep.
this year.
Meryl Streep hit something when she was, when she
I
was
am but a
30,
youngin'.
wasn't
I'm
it?
only 22.
You're 22. Oh my God. My lord.
Wow, you're like tiny. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
tiny.
turning.
Tiny.
I'm
You are
turning 30 in April. My brother is 25.
Oh, I'm actually like 6, so it doesn't mean much when I say.
Well,
that.
you're not 5.
Perfect age for Luke.
No, I'm 24 for everybody watching, so I really can't play like.
I'm 2
poke
years below
fingers
you.
at Darth.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
Oh yeah, Vladibear, when you recorded your lines, did you have the visuals along with it?
Yeah.
Because you seem to match the little like grunts with that Yoda does very well.
I actually did. I actually redubbed the scene. I put it in the audio recording, and when I see Yoda speaking, I was speaking. So yeah, that was like synchronization.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
noticed
good.
this.
It's a good technique. I started to do that with this movie
I almost
too,
jabbed
because-
at you, Vladibear. I actually am apologies if it came out as sort of demeaning, but on the notes where I said that I tried to pick up that, hey, you weren't reading the lines verbatim, but then again, I guess about half the other characters don't end up doing that anyway, so it's kind of a mix.
I didn't knew should I read them or not. And you're very patient with me. There was like 10 or so for you things for me to fix. You told me like you should read this way, this way, this way. I'm like, yeah, okay. Also,
Yeah, Quirderph. Yeah, direct all that to Quirderph, not me.
that was sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Quirderph. You were very patient with me. I also wanted to add a little thing for the viewers. I was recording in a separate time frame because I was very busy, so sometimes my Yoda voice is changing a bit. I'm like, how the hell did I record it at first?
I never noticed.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Oh my god.
I had so much fun doing these lines. The flirty, like low kind of like bedroom talk lines were a lot of fun.
I have one
I
line
felt
here
like-
that was recorded separately from the others, and it is very obvious.
Wait, I want to see it. Listen,
It was that one, I think.
guys, I feel like the love is really real between you two.
There is a man.
I got uncomfortably close to my mic for the scene. That's all I'll say.
Did you make out with it?
Fuck.
Did we guys mention how this line aged very poorly?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been quarantined.
You know what the worst part
C3PO
is?
of all
Sensei!
people wouldn't need a quarantine.
You know, the worst part is in the original scene, they explicitly haven't washed their hands. They actually mentioned it in the film.
Well, yeah, I was
It's
just
true,
messing
even
with
just seeing them get
messing
that
with the
close
ship
now.
that-
Man, we live in such a strange age.
Man.
The strange age.
And in all honesty,
Strange age.
I don't think these commentaries would have come about as a result of that strange age. Let's be real.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, quarantine's great for projects like this. That's for
Yeah.
Quarantine's
This
great
is
for
what everybody's
introverts.
doing.
That's what it's great for.
sure. That's
it's
true.
like
It's like, oh,
finally
my
the
lifestyle
world
hasn't
is-
changed.
We got a
Finally, the world
cameo
is
coming
feeling
up.
friendly.
Yep, we got a cameo coming up.
Oh,
Everyone
yes.
shut up.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Yes. That's the Emperor from Backstroke of the West.
It feels like
Yeah.
standing in the presence of greatness.
Yeah. Quite I actually
Appropriate
want to
for Ezra.
ask, how was it to actually get him back on the production?
I mean, that was an experience. Just to have these lines and realize I am the only person in the entire world right now who have heard this new dialogue by the Backstrokes of the West guy. And that's
cool.
That is pretty cool.
quite something.
I mean, you kept that.
You're essentially J.J. Abrams right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally did not disclose this until, like, I think about 3 months before the original dub was released.
Yeah. And the thing
And
is,
that's
cool.
I actually had the idea to bring him back before I knew that J.J. Abrams was doing the same thing, so...
Oh yeah, true.
But yeah.
Can you imagine if you did that scene with the original cut and the weird monkey emperor?
Yeah. Oh.
I thought
yeah,
I
Ben-
should use Ian McDermott because he was in Backstroke of the West, so it would make
Yeah,
more sense.
it makes more sense.
Oh, here we go.
Did you bother to like get the
Sub,
the
sub,
exact
sub,
amount
I counted
of words,
every
or did you just
single
kind
one
of
of
like
those subs.
spitball it?
I knew it had to be 16 subs, and
Nice.
I had to feel
That's
out what the
dedication.
rhythm of that was going to be.
That's impressive.
Same.
I tried to count while
I'm
I was
lucky.
watching, but I was laughing too hard.
I didn't get any repeated lines, I don't think.
You're lucky.
I like
Palindrome.
What are you saying here?
Oh, what?
It's great.
I'm-
The best thing about this is that this fits Yoda's character so well.
He's just
Oh, it's so good.
he's just very excited about soup. That's it.
It's his little soup chant.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Luke's really losing it.
I did not know what that was going to be.
It's all that swamp air. It's all that
This
swamp
was-
air.
Yeah, because this entire scene was one of the big things that was edited from, I guess, the quote-unquote original script, or at least
Yeah.
what little we had from it. I refer to the Knife of Pi thing, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, really funny. It makes me laugh every time.
And every single time Luke says private,
I love the way you delivered that. That line there, and there's one later on where you're like, "Oh my god, great!"
He got a promotion. Last movie, he was the president.
Oh, true.
I love the idea of like Yoda playing the straight man to
It works so well.
Luke's craziness here. Just being
Yeah,
like,
I know. It's a
okay,
fun role
dude,
reversal.
whatever.
So
Yeah, I love it when the script becomes self-aware sometimes.
Yeah.
There
sudden
it is.
swear. I'm just.
how
What was your reaction when you saw that line, Vladibear?
Oh, I'm gonna do it in this voice, okay? that was dead. I was just okay, whatever. This script is weird as hell.
I was a private
Because,
and beautiful woman.
Were you familiar with the previous dub, or was this the
Actually, no.
the Counterattack Collection the one you were introduced to?
No, I was just like scrolling Reddit and like, hey, wanna voice in Star Wars? I'm like,
That's
yeah, I'm gonna show my Yoda voice.
Yeah.
oh wow.
That's
cool.
I'll tell you, I didn't know anything about Backstroke before a friend of mine said, you want to audition for this, which is why I made the account. But one of my buddy auditioned to be Han and didn't get it. But I ended up taking
Tell
the
him
part
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry.
Did he get an extra part as a compensation?
No, I don't think he did. I don't think we've ever seen him again on this subreddit.
Oh.
Hey, why don't you invite him?
Oh.
I guess that's just another
Yeah,
guy
invite
we
him
can
back.
invite for
Yeah,
hopeless
that could be a
situation
part
return.
in the upcoming dub.
Hey, he
Yeah,
could
no,
be.
I'll reach out to him.
Hey, he could be Akbar, Admiral Akbar.
Oh, he
Or
would
he-
actually probably really like that.
And it's kind of funny too because I wanted the original Yoda voice to voice Akbar, just simply from the sheer hilarity of the fact that he's
Oh, God.
that lines like
The,
"It's a trap" would go out.
It's a trap.
Like the Yoda voice from Backstroke.
The lady.
What?
That was terrible. I couldn't do it.
Reach the west.
What are you guys referencing?
Oh, Vladibear.
Oh,
So,
Vladibear.
in comparison to your amazingly accurate Yoda voice, in Backstroke of the West, the dub voice that was used just sounds like an old woman.
Oh.
It sounds nothing like
It was
Yoda.
Yoda's sister. We think Yoda has a
Yeah,
sister.
it was Yaddle. Yaddle was
I
actually,
knew there was
standing in
a
for
girl Yoda. It was Yaddle.
You know what? This is actually a good point to segue into because there's a theory I have with this Yoda versus Backstroke's Yoda, and that's Backstroke's Yoda actually left the country, and as a result, we have two different Yodas, one in Dagobah and
I
one that
believe it.
used to rule the
like
council in the
twins.
Coruscant.
Honestly, that explains the significant change in character between prequels and original trilogy as well.
Yeah, and
So Yoda,
this one
so
looks
that original
more
Yoda-
physical, less CGI too.
yeah.
Yeah, but
And, you know,
leaving the
just with
country, I
time.
mean, leaving the country and not coming back is pathetic. I mean, we're all in different countries and we're still doing this.
Oh. Magic. That is magic.
About 50%.
Hiraki!
I mean, all the Backstroke cast are basically acquaintances of each other for reasons I've already explained.
Didn't they all live in a co-op together?
Yeah, they did. And I think
That's insane.
C-3PO
and I think they've probably graduated the same
this.
university as well. I'm inclined to believe that because they're all in a cooperative in the same town, which is notably a big giant Big Ten college town.
Okay. It's just like us.
Chewie just headbutts the Falcon entrance.
What town are they in?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh.
Madison, Wisconsin.
I love that delivery.
See, Ophelia, that's just amazing. That's just amazing work right there.
It peaked a little bit, but the delivery was good.
Oh,
it was the
thank
microphone that let you down more than anything. It couldn't contain your awesomeness.
I'm done.
Inmo?
Inmo, the return of the Inmo.
Ooh.
But yeah, especially near the end, C-3PO has a lot of lines where he's so like shrill and just like shrieking. That was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, I can imagine that'd be really fun.
He gets in a lot of distressed situations in this one.
There's a version out there where I did a stab at C-3PO. I think that's so sad.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Where he
I
sounds
can't remember
like,
what your British accent was like because
Oh.
Americans are always hit and miss with that. I find.
Oh, it's probably very bad.
It's in the outtake
like-
reel.
Yes,
Do
it
now,
is. It is
Sylarjr.
in the outtakes.
Do it
That's
on the
right.
spot. Do it.
I think I was doing something like dot 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 dot. I'm trying to do the. It was very quick and easy to attend the event.
Oh, yeah, that's not too bad.
You know.
See, as an American, I don't know the difference between all the different British accents.
I love it. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, Insomniac, I feel you.
Just listening to you do it, Vladibear, makes me want to do it.
No problem. I
know.
understand.
Very infectious voice.
I do want to continue commentary like this.
If you can keep up that voice for the rest of the commentary, I'll be impressed.
Ooh, a challenge I accept. I'm gonna add that lucky I am because Dada is not often, so I will be quiet most of the time. Yes.
No, actually, no, I'm not gonna.
And like he's just sitting next to his pants.
I can't do that.
You can't do what?
I'm looking at. I don't know, man. I looked away,
You
and
just
all of a
can't
sudden
do
there
it.
was a whole other thing going on. Oh no, that's so sad.
See, I like how those make sense. Like they're grammatically correct, but they're completely different lines. It's interesting.
He's very philosophical.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's supposed to be a wise, old, ancient Jedi, but like in this, his lines are way more philosophical than in the original.
It is, and they're
Not
more
compared to
Eastern
Backstroke
inspired.
Yoda.
Yeah, I think part of that might actually be based on the translation that was used here because I've been messing around with doing some preliminary work with the episode 6 script, and one of the things that I've noticed is that I think what I used for the Jedi scenes was this weird Russian experimental online translator called Yandex, and I think what it does sometimes, I've noticed, is that when it doesn't know what to do, it kind of like pulls from a stock pool of text or something, so it just kind of draws
Buddy,
very, very strange
so
lines.
cool.
That's
Would be
awesome.
very funny.
I mean, if we're going to continue
next-
rambling about this Dada's philosophical Eastern lecture, I mean, when he says weapons need to be satisfied, I mean, it kind of gives me that odd lick that all lightsabers are basically katanas, and
Oh yeah, traps the souls of their victims.
yeah. And basically, yeah, like, you know how some cultures, they basically take drawing out your sword as a draw, and basically it's a sign that demands blood. If you draw out your sword, you must kill something with it before you sheath it, or something like that.
Huh.
The Jedi
Yeah, I've
are
heard
kind
of
of like
that.
samurai, so
I
I
feel
can
like
see
I've heard of
that.
that.
I mean, the half
About your
Zatoichi in
sword.
Team Fortress 2 does that sort of thing.
And you know, lightsabers are
just look how
canonically
tall Vader
alive,
is in
so it's not
comparison
that
to
big of
Luke.
a stretch.
Luke looks like a small child here.
Small child.
A baby.
Little
Small child with a
baby
small
with
heart.
Yeah, you always feel like a kid when you visit your parents again.
Aw, no. Oh, no.
God.
What a warped interpretation of that phrase. I love it.
Especially when your parents are killing
Especially
you.
when you
in a-
decapitate your
Yeah, when
parent.
you decapitate them. in a
Family
swamp.
reunions.
This
When you
this is
decapitate
even-
them and they turn into
this-
you.
When they turn into, you know, they always say you become your father. But this time
Whenever
your
I see
father
the
Soviet
scene-
Russia, father become you.
Whenever I see the scene, all I can think about is just Mark Hamill being underneath the dirt, putting his face up.
I think that's so funny. I think that's so funny, him doing that.
It's a great effect.
Him like, oh,
Yeah, he just had to be completely motionless.
him making that face.
I could never understand that scene on my first couple viewings. It took me a while to do that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, he's here alive, and
I love these little guys.
yeah, I can say that's actually my cousin doing the voice of that Imperial
Oh,
officer.
that's right. You got your family in on this.
It's kind of funny too because this is the United States' Star Destroyer, and yet you bought a bunch of Swedish people on.
Yeah. His accent is very obvious.
I think out of all the Star Wars characters, my favorite one might be this tall robot with the skinny head.
Oh, IG-88.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh so
There,
hard.
oh man, there is an expanded universe story with him where he
Yeah.
actually takes control of the Death Star, the second Death Star,
What?
and all he manages to do before the Death Star 2 blows up is close the door on Palpatine.
Terrible timing.
Bad timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, of all the times to take control of the Death Star 2.
IG-11 from The Mandalorian was a bit more successful.
Yes, he was.
I mean,
Didn't
he's
someone wanted us to do the Mandalorian, didn't they?
yeah. I mean, there is a translation.
Oh, that could be fun.
It's just something I haven't really started. I haven't gotten to that yet, and I don't know.
That would be a huge undertaking.
Yeah, doing
don't-
doing a movie is one thing. Doing a show is like, you know, each episode is like half a movie.
I like that delivery.
Mhm. Wow, he did.
Long.
There's a lot of talk about commerce and tax and
Uh-huh.
fees in this.
Empire.
It's a very economically driven script.
Oh no!
Rip.
Aw.
Love that guy. Oh no!
He's talking about it like his pet died.
This is well.
Same time
Your
zone,
dad
that
has a
doesn't apply here.
great voice.
The
I
Quirderph.
love his voice. So
That's my dad
so
doing
well.
the senior
got-
officer.
Yeah.
It's so
We gotta get him back for episode 6. It's such a good voice.
So yeah, you've got your cousin, you've got your dad, and then who else have you gotten from your family inside this dub?
I actually have two of my cousins, and also the girlfriend of one of those cousins who played a female rebel officer back on Hoth.
Oh,
good. Okay.
Nice. That's so cool.
wait a second, listen.
I mean, talk about nepotism.
Yeah.
Before we do any casting calls, we have to ask who of Quirderph's families is,
Yeah,
is available.
Extended family gets the first pick.
Yeah, we need a Mon Mothma. How's your mom?
You know, I'm going to say this: Mon Mothma has already been cast.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Who did you find?
Wait.
oh,
A big surprise?
Not really.
Quirderph
But
as
look,
Mon Mothma.
Look. Look at the footage here. You see, the footage here is
Oh, there's
reversed. it's played in reverse afterwards to stretch it out, and there's a bird in the background who
clever.
flies.
Oh.
There's a bird in the background who flies past the screen
Oh,
and
yeah,
then flies
I see
back
the bird.
again.
That's perfect, because that's what they did in A New Hope with the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so smart.
But Mon Mothma, there was someone who auditioned for The Mandalorian as the armorer, and then I asked her,
cool.
"Do you want to be Mon Mothma in Rogue One, and maybe in Rogue One and Return of the Jedi?" So she has actually recorded her lines for Rogue One already.
Oh,
And
wow.
basically,
Wow.
I'm waiting for the Return of the Jedi script to be finished, Rivercast. So,
At some point.
You can give us the official progress update right now.
I mean, I figured out how to do the same kind of scene division as in this movie, but also I'm kind of trying to figure out how to do a certain other division that Quirderph requested, which is the non-human languages like the Hutt language and the freaking Yakunabnab or whatever it was.
I don't really know.
Could be interesting.
Oh,
What?
Nien yeah.
I don't know how we're going to do this, but it's something I want to do. You know, I want to.
That sounds fun.
There's so
That's
much.
smart. Yeah.
There's so much alien language in that film that I want to dub that too, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's a great idea. Because Jabba
Yeah,
has a
then-
big part in it too. It would be good to get
Return of the
Something
Jedi 2, that's
interesting
literally
about that.
one of my... I think it's quite possibly the all-time favorite film of mine. Grant,
Yeah, I
you.
really
Okay.
like
Well,
Return of the
then
Jedi
it's got to
too.
be good.
It's Return of the Jedi, then Return of the King, then...
Return
Plus
of the
Returns.
Joker.
No.
Yeah, then Return
Okay.
of, you know.
But yeah, Return of the
Return
King
of,
actually follows a very close second as to my all-time favorite film. I love the Lord of the Rings films.
I think my favorite film might be Ratatouille.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, you want to dub a Disney movie next?
I don't know if it's that, but I do like that. I do like that movie about that rat.
I like that movie about that rat. It's a good one.
Yeah, one rat.
Rats, we are the rats.
Oh, let's not put
I
German
have
here.
to say, I'm a big Frozen fan.
Big Frozen fan. That's good.
Oh,
Frozen is
then
good.
I have something to send to you after this, Ophelia. It is
Okay.
a cover of Frozen, but it's done in an interesting way.
Is it the Star Wars lyrics cover?
No, it's by a YouTuber called Oni NG,
Oh no.
and it's quite
Oh,
something.
I love Oni NG.
I love
This one
Oni
I don't think I've
too.
heard of. I've heard a lot of
As
covers
a
of
sample,
parodies.
The
but
only-
I don't know about
the
this.
way he says the cold never bothered me, and he was like, the cold never bothered me anywhere.
Oh wow.
And then the main chorus is just Psychic Pebble Zach screaming at the top of his lungs. It's
Let me
great.
just mention right
Oh,
now
yeah,
that the
it's
only
just
thing
them
I like about
screaming.
Frozen is the opening crawl theme, the na 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 hey ya na Maria na na hey ya
that's from
hey ya
Frozen.
na
Hey, it is
ya
too.
hua mana hey hua na.
Do you like Frozen 2, Ophelia, or was
Yeah.
that disappointing? Okay, so you think it's just as good?
Yeah, I think, you know, I like Frozen 1 better, but I think Frozen 2 was better.
Okay, interesting. I never saw
Oh, okay.
Frozen 2.
I just really identify with Elsa in Frozen 1
The reason
because
for
she's
failure.
like just she just wants to run away
Because
from everything
You
and
have
be
ice
her own
powers.
person. Well, I wish, but no. She feels like
Yes.
constrained. And that's
Do you
not-
do you
Oh.
subscribe to the
R.I.P.
like
Poor
belief that they're
Nita.
related to Rapunzel, or did they confirm that? I can't remember.
I mean,
Apples accepted
I-
the captain.
I like the theory. I don't think it's confirmed or denied either way.
Okay.
I thought the theory was that their parents got shipwrecked and became Tarzan's parents or something.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
joke. That was joke confirmed.
Yeah, when are we getting the Princess Cinematic Universe?
Ow.
I
But that
think,
was
Princess animated.
officially jossed by Frozen 2. So
I think I could make a great Olaf if we ever did Frozen.
You got your Josh Trank impression ready?
Oh, he's got his Sylarjr Jr. impression. is what he's been doing the
You've
entire
swapped
time.
voices.
Yeah.
But yeah, Quirderph, that Rogue One and Mandalorian thing, is there an open casting call for that? Because I kind of want to try my hand at some stuff.
We gotta be involved.
I think I'm going to move on to starting, to work a bit more on the Rogue One thing once we're done with this commentary, basically.
Okay.
Or, I mean, I was working. I saw this commentary as kind of a step, if that makes sense. It's something it's a project you can work on, and once we're done with that, we can kind of move on to other things. And Rogue One might be one of them.
I
Yeah,
forget which
that would be
characters.
fun.
I kept saying I liked Rogue One, but I forget.
This is why I don't like Rogue One.
I'm like,
The
what? Is there a
characters.
character that I could
Oh,
play in that? Does anybody sound like me in that?
Darth,
Let me think.
Does
Darth.
anybody sound like me? I mean, I
If-
would think so.
Darth,
You
if you're
totally-
doing Rogue One, you have to play Krennic.
Oh yeah, I could try Krennic. Actually, I think what I'd be good at is K2SO, because I remember in my initial C-3PO auditions, I kept getting told I sounded too much like K2SO and not C-3PO, so perfect.
I mean, Ben Mendelsohn, if you can sound like Ben
that's
Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta be Ben.
close.
He's such a good you could totally do
Yeah,
that.
Krennic is
Mendelsohn's
Ben
one of my
Mendelsohn.
favorites.
Really, Galen? A man of your talents?
I think that's why I like that movie so much.
He has a
I
lot
just
of fun
realized it's
shouty
because it's
lines,
Ben
too.
Mendelsohn.
Are we blind?
And then Galen Erso is Mads Mikkelsen, or however you pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce Danish names that well.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, I thought it would be kind of funny if we had the DarthDementous. He's playing Tarkin and he's doing a British accent, and then he's acting against some other actor who's not Australian.
When has become now, Director Krennic? We will not tolerate any further delays.
And
just wanna be,
Mendelsohn basically,
Reach has been filled.
and Mendelsohn, when he did Krennic, he did not do it in his native Australian accent, right? Because
No, he didn't. You can hear it leak through at times, though. Which I
But then
find
again,
funny.
we discussed this in the last commentary too, like how most Australian actors don't end up playing Australian accented characters.
It's our curse. We
And
never
it's
get
kind
to
of
use
funny
our
because I
native
love how
accents.
colorful the Australian accent is.
It's actually gotten to the point where I don't know how to act in my normal voice. I have to be putting on a voice or else I can't do it.
Oh no!
An
the
Australian
problem.
Orson Krennic that we'd all desire.
You become a man of 1,000 voices and you lose your own.
What he sacrificed to become so great. Or what's
Did it
the
cost? Everything.
yeah? What's the one from such a terrible fan. I don't know anybody the names, but he's like, it's funny. He could do anybody's voice, but he couldn't do his own.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Plagueis. It's Darth Plagueis. Yeah.
Oh.
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Reach the man.
No.
He could even use the original dint
Yeah.
to create life.
Reaching the man cloth space is the Emperor. He's so strong and big.
He can use the original dint
powerful and big
to create.
in the fire.
Here's
of
another
water.
reverse clip. It's very obvious.
The bloody hell!
Oh,
I saw
there,
that.
I like that.
You must destroy all? What is this?
Yeah, Yoda's not being very peaceful.
Not!
Is he?
Not!
I
You
wanna
just
say-
failed!
I liked how on Reddit
my
someone
God.
actually did a thing. He thought that Yoda has a PTSD from some sort of war. That is why he speaks about his old friend who is dead. Is so swearing, and he just wants like
That fits.
Kill them all, yes.
I love that line. I love the random line of someone just like, it's like overhearing a conversation. It's like, I didn't know she was married.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
I love like
Han's
the
just like trying to get
commitment
through.
like,
They're shooting
making
at him, and they're
sense
just
of
having
it
a
all.
conversation. It fits so well.
And
It
the
makes
way
it makes these like feel all the more like, I don't know, nuanced, knowing that
It
there's
does.
some strange stakes to each line.
Yeah,
and
he
some
says,
lore that ties them all up.
The way he says,
Thanks, Ophelia.
she explained makes it sound like he's reading out of a book or something.
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah, they're reading a book
yes.
to pass the time, you know, because they're hyperdrive.
he's just reading a romance novel while the other guy is shooting at Han.
I mean, the
either
theory,
that or they're like
you know, the
gossiping.
theory that I like is that, you know, it takes them a few months to get here because their hyperdrive is broken, and that also gives Luke a chance to actually learn some stuff as a Jedi, as opposed to like a few days, which is how.
Oh
they
yeah, I can see that.
That actually is. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
I hope they have rations though,
They've
or else they're going to be eating Chewbacca soon enough.
I'm sure they have
Chewbacca.
rations.
It's a cargo
There
ship.
was guys. There was a whole crew
True.
on the Millennium Falcon. We never saw them.
Well, now we know
no.
why.
There was a crew.
The nobody greets. I almost wish that
My
was what
God.
the line was.
Ophelia, why are you not happy?
I don't know.
Look at Leia's face. She's not meant to be happy. She's like, oh
Yeah.
god, what have I got into now?
And here's our Lando.
I gotta do another voiceover.
Here's Lando Calrissian, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Moment of silence for our man here. A big eye.
What, did he die?
Press F in the chat for Rando.
Ooh, sexy.
He's really good.
He's actually
See,
a
I like
professional
his
voice
voice.
actor too, is what I
Badass.
recall.
Yeah,
Eli
he's,
Harris
I like
he's
his
a
voice. I don't know if
professional.
it sounds a lot like Lando though, but it's a good performance.
You know, I don't.
It might actually be
really
too
sound
deep for
like
Lando, funnily enough.
I honestly thought the
Yeah,
same
it doesn't
thing at a
have to be
first
perfect.
listening, but in hindsight,
not.
well, yeah, Eli does a good job. We did invite him. We did invite him to this commentary, but he turned down for convenience reasons. He was not able to make it to the commentary for this for recording.
I might be able to get him in for 6.
Yeah, that's,
Let's hope so.
yeah. I'm in no place to talk. I wasn't here last time, and I'll forever be punished for it.
No, it's okay. You gave me more room to shine. No, I'm kidding.
Trying to steal my
no.
girl, damn it.
Both, the other
All we did
actors
was-
here are all like, oh, God, this guy.
all we did was talk
I
about
love
you.
how he just walks away. I enjoyed making him sound as offended as possible. C3 is just like wandering behind him. Was like, I never get any respect. Wait for me.
And I remember there was a very long and drawn out audition process to cast this character too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think we ended up with a good actor in the end.
Yeah,
I think
we
he's
did.
great. I think he's really good.
The only thing I'm
Yeah.
slightly salty about is in the audition process. The one line I was given was the one where Lando's choking.
Yeah. I mean, the way I organized it was just, let's give each actor one scene
different
Lando
line,
appears
yeah.
in. And I didn't really notice that.
Lando gets like 2 lines and then it's like,
Yeah, sorry about that.
it's okay. It was fun. I actually choked myself.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That stormtrooper sounds very offended. Like, he has a personal rivalry. He wants to kill a 3PO.
Yeah, I know.
Who doesn't?
They just fucking
That's true.
blew
Who doesn't
3PO
in this
up.
movie?
What
That's
about
a
the
very
one
good
stormtrooper
question.
that sounded like a pirate from the first one?
Arr, setting the stern.
Hey, setting the stern.
Did the guy who did Porkins ever come back? I really liked him.
Yeah,
he did.
He played the rebel officer earlier.
He played an
Okay,
early
oh,
rebel
cool.
officer, but we missed his opportunity to gloss
It's-
over that.
I'm guessing he didn't do the Fat Albert voice for that one. That's probably why we didn't recognize him.
No, he
He
didn't.
sounds a bit different.
Oh, what a dweeb.
Helping others, loser.
The body.
Power of the
Body wedge.
See, that seems related to like ratio tile somehow.
It does. It does.
Oh god, it's gone off the screen.
I counted them. I'm still counting them.
It sounded
The
like
forms, they never end.
it sounds like you're munching on something too.
Yeah, basically. I was just holding fingers like form, going.
Yeah, he's chewing the scenery.
One of my favorite things was to get these scripts and see what your lines were gonna be.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't take the time to read the whole thing because, I mean, that's just the benefit of playing an extra is that you don't have to read as much of the script. You don't have to, but you can if you want to.
Yeah,
I always
that's
like
true.
keeping it a surprise.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
when a Quirderph releases the
Yeah, I like to do that
individual
too.
sections.
Fury. Oops.
Hunt and Rhea's sacrifice.
Hunt and Rayo.
Wow, what a weird translation.
So the Titans are apparently.
And
The
look at
subtitles
Luke.
are really
you
the
did,
MVP
you reversed the footage
here.
again.
This
That's
is
great.
like some CS:GO player asking. Yeah, I'm getting the impression. Several CS:GO
That's great.
players
It kind of
trying
gives
to
it
ask
the
each other
quality of
to-
an
Right.
abridged, with you manipulating the footage like that. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I like it a lot.
And you know what I like, Sylarjr? The fact that your response is so dead serious of that. I understand.
I understand. It's true. I understand. Yeah, it's perfect.
What?
That sounds ominous.
I thought you were the
Wow, he's
Empress
really
of
throwing-
Tokyo.
See, you say that, but you're literally disobeying their orders right there. You're a pretty shitty servant, I have to
I
say.
know. I'm not. I really, guys. I wasn't doing my job. I wasn't doing good today.
Oh yeah, this scene always confused me because I was like, where are these lights coming from? And I realized, oh yeah, it's Luke's X-Wing. Those are like the engine lights.
Yeah.
So yeah,
detail.
that's all of me, guys. Thank you for watching.
Vladibear.
I'm still gonna till the end of the commentary. I mean, in the movie, that's
My work here is done.
Vladibear, why don't you come back and voice the rest of Luke for this scene?
what?
As Yoda.
As Yoda? Oh yeah, okay, sure. We can do that. But yeah, I wanted to ask.
You learned a lot more than Jedi skills on that planet.
When we will
I
do?
admire your guys' dedication. I admire all of our dedications.
It's,
That's-
it's
yeah.
crazy that we've
We're on the
done
fifth
2
one
of these
now.
movies now.
So I wanted to
And
ask.
We
Go
gotta
ahead.
let Vladibear add something.
I just wanted to ask. Will we do a 6th movie?
Oh yeah.
Will
So,
Will the
Script
Yoda...
is in the works.
Will the Yoda be back or should I audition again?
You will be
I
back.
think you've secured the part.
Yeah.
He'll definitely be back.
That's very nice.
that's all.
If we
What
ever
a
dub
celebratory
Sesame Street,
noise.
I'm gonna definitely use you for Grover.
Oh.
If we ever dub Sesame
Oh
Street.
yeah, Grover is pretty similar to Yoda.
If we ever do the prequel
Even the
trilogy, I wonder if you might want to find someone that doesn't sound like a baby for Luke. You know.
If we ever do the prequel trilogy, I want to see if we can get more of the original Backstroke cast back for the occasion.
yeah, they're just
I would
too
love to
perfect
do
for
the
it.
prequel trilogy. There's a few voices I could try.
I got dibs on Qui-Gon.
Aww. Oh, it's fair.
Alright.
Can I get water?
Eddie, my dude. Little Andy. Ah, there you are, little Eddie.
I
It would
just,
be a blood sport.
I just want to be the guy. I just want to be the what's the guy with the tall head, because that's what I look like in real life.
Oh,
The Queen trusts my judgment.
Chiara
young
Diamante.
handmaiden.
There's a lot of people with tall heads. There's
You
the
know the
moon,
one with the
there's
big-
the
with,
Coyote
like-
Mundi.
With like
Oh,
10
the one who's like-
foreheads.
Your mother.
Yes. The one who talks
She's
about
a
the
murderer.
droid attack on the Wookiees.
But what about the
Yeah.
droid attack on the Wookiees?
Yeah, him.
it's Chiara Diamante, actually.
Coyote Mundi, yeah. Yeah, I think it would be fun to do Count Dooku. Surrender, and your wives will be shared.
I'm serious.
your
You could
soul.
just, if you just want to do it quickly, just get Darth to do the entire thing.
Don't
You do not
tempt
seriously
me.
expect to believe that a hobbit could contend with the will of Sauron.
Will of Sauron.
There's nobody who can. Against the
there's
power
another
of
cup for
Mordor,
you.
there can be no victory.
It's muted on
Yeah, I
the
love the way it
noise
says
card,
Mordor.
and you can
Mordor.
hear it.
I can't trill the
you-
R too. Trilling R's are very, very bad for me, and that's
Oh
the
man,
one
I
thing
got a
that
lot of
weakens me
practice
as a
with
voice
that with
actor.
Tarkin, that's for sure. The rascally rebel.
You
Hi there.
rascally rabbit.
I just want to point out that Lando here explicitly said, when I made a deal, he left, and then he opens the door and he's still there.
He's like, "Hi, how's it going?" There's something really, really funny about Darth Vader sitting down at a dinner table by himself.
Especially his like sassy ass line of, "We would be honored if you would join us."
He was just sitting there for an
Because,
hour
you know,
waiting for this.
Sorry too.
Vader can't eat any of the food here, so he did
Yeah.
it purely
He's got
for
food
the
in
effect.
front of him. I'd like to imagine they were waiting there for like 3 hours, just like, "Is he there
Are
yet?
they there yet?
I am getting impatient, bounty hunter."
Boba just picks out a phone and starts scrolling on it.
Oh, Chewie.
Yeah, he does
Chewie,
not
it's
like that
okay.
noise. Maybe his Wookiee ears are like hypersensitive to it as well.
Like a dog? Oh boy.
Yeah. Chewbacca's based on George Lucas's dog, so I believe
Does
it.
Han Solo have a whistle that like can calm down the Chewie if something goes wrong?
Oh, that
I like to
really
imagine.
is so horrible to even conceive of that.
Yeah, I know, a sentient being. Considering Wookiees are like consistently slaved in this universe.
Oh.
Poor bastards.
Right, because Chewie met Han whilst he was still enslaved by the Empire, so...
Yeah.
I know that much from the
In both
from the Han
canons.
Solo movie, and he was in because I watched that and that didn't make any sense.
It's great that Chewbacca... Because Chewbacca knows his head. He knows which way to put his head, he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
I gotta praise the editing that you did for this if you actually ended up using...
Okay, Karen.
Not
That's
gorgeous.
definitely not gorgeous.
That's such a great
I was
phrase for
cute.
C-3PO to say. I can see Anthony Daniels saying that.
Oh,
That
no.
is not gorgeous.
I love... This is a very morbid...
Yeah, the scream
Oh.
Harrison Ford lets out in this is nuts. It's so blood-curdling.
He's like, wonder.
It reminds me of that scene in Blade Runner where they're like breaking his fingers one by one. He's like,
Oh.
You can purchase
purchase
the
Jabba the Hutt.
DLC.
Damn.
So
Did you have
this-
to do a scream, Darth Dementous?
No, I
that's,
didn't.
That's Hans actual die.
That's his real
Hans
scream,
actual
yeah.
It
scream.
would have been fun to do though. I do like guttural screams.
So this scene right here was auditioned by another actor who did not end up receiving the part.
Yeah.
I know we've got a lot of very, very wordy comments to make about that particular performance that was used here.
Uh-oh.
Orlando.
I'll be the first one to say I did not listen to any of the other people's auditions.
I
So
listened to them, I don't
narcissistic,
remember them.
jeez.
Let me just say this, that hearing that other audition in this scene was part of the reason why I thought, yes, we need to look further for a good actor to do this.
Oh, no.
Hey. No, come on, I'm sure
Maybe
the guy
I'm
was
bi-
doing his best.
Yeah, maybe I'm being too harsh, sorry, but
I mean, the TheDubGathers made a comment that he was quote unquote basically someone from the room.
yeah.
Oh, I had fun doing this scene. This is an interesting state for Han to be in. So I really tried to like sell the wariness of the situation.
Did you
Let's
actually
give it a
sedate
listen.
yourself before recording?
No, I did not. I did not sedate myself. I'm not that committed, sadly.
This is so beautiful. That's good. I can hear
Vaguely
it.
romantic.
It's really
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
A pillow talk.
And
The
I
pillow
also-
talk.
I like.
Oh no. I hope my city will die.
I like to think there was like a moment of lucidity, like, why is there Japanese and Korean just sprinkled in this?
How does it
I like
feel
the way
to
I
like
lead into friend there.
to see to go from the process, right? Because you guys were like writing this up, and how does it feel to like kind of see it from very humble beginnings to this?
I mean, it's satisfying. That's what I can say.
Very, very.
You know, there
I would
is
hope so.
when you when you write something like this, even if you're just basically adapting somebody else's translation into a screenplay, you still get an idea of how you want it to be. And to then actually get that idea out as a finished dub, that's a big achievement, and it is satisfying.
That's really cool. Like,
I'm going
That's why I do
sailing
it.
down into the pit.
That's why I do takes.
By the way, I'm
a bunch of
back.
different takes in different ways, so that so you
I
can
just
pick
came
and
back
choose
on
what you like.
screen.
Now you're off
Eclipse,
screen.
where are you? Oh, you just left?
I just left. I was the guy that was talking to Vaber just now.
Hello. Goodbye.
Though, in all honesty, I was trying to portray this character much as I had portrayed General Veers, who had appeared way early in the film. I just basically treated them as if they were the same character.
Is General Veers in Return of the Jedi?
No, he
No,
isn't.
he's
I don't
not.
think.
Is he?
I
Does
know
he die in Empire Strikes Back?
he doesn't die on screen, but he was
Probably.
supposed to die, actually.
I want to audition
His-
for Grand.
My
for-
own thigh.
I mean, I've got a handful of characters picked out already. I want to audition for the Moff that appears on the first scene that's talking to Vader.
Oh, Moff Jerjerrod.
Yeah, that guy.
He has some deleted scenes that we might be able
double our
to
efforts.
add back into the dub, possibly.
hope so, Commander, for your sake.
The end of line.
Is it the
Yes, Han,
end
it is.
of life? Is this just fantasy?
Caught in a
landslide.
landslide.
Oh,
No
no.
sense
From
of
reality.
reality.
No, not this.
Open your eyes, look up to the
Put
sky.
me in the carbonite already.
Put 'em all.
Everyone gets thrown into carbonite.
I'm just a poor boy.
Okay, wait, no, I'm on board for that. If you want to do that guy, I'll do
I'm just
that.
a poor boy. Nobody likes me. He's just a poor
Okay,
boy.
okay, chill.
All right, chill out. Yep.
Yeah, this.
Okay, we're gonna throw you in the thing now. This is what happens.
You know what?
For
I'm getting
crimes
killed off
against
anyway.
music.
Oh, I'm actually intrigued.
Smooching up.
No, wait. It's Darth gets killed off.
How does the line was
Right?
translated?
I'm just
You love us.
being refrigerated. I'll be back.
Tomomichi.
Yeah, wow, the iconic line. Gobble
Where Tomomichi?
What?
Ware Tomomichi.
I remember how.
All right, here he
It's
goes.
really hard to say that line in like a convincing way too.
And
in,
then
like,
there's
a
the blooper at the
emotional way.
Very end. That's the stinger, right? I. Looking at the
know.
when you look in the one thing that happens after the credits, I don't.
Yeah, that's...
Never mind.
We'll take that when we get there.
Also, one thing I never understood: he has handcuffs on, and then in his like carbonite block, he's got his hands up.
He was
the
so
carbonite, like,
he
break.
ripped himself.
He was so stressful. He ripped the handcuffs off. I think that's just the case of they designed the prop first before.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Before they did
probably
the
a
scene.
flat-out continuity error. That's
Yeah.
how. I'm
But
looking
you know,
at
we
it.
could explain it by saying he ripped the cuffs apart.
Yeah, I like that head.
That's
cannon.
much cooler.
He was so strong.
Maybe carbonite. You
In his
know,
final
He was so
moments.
strong and big.
when
I bet
metal.
George Lucas. He lays awake in bed at
Strong
night
and
thinking,
big.
"Oh, those handcuffs! God damn!"
This looks like
You know, metal can actually get
Oh,
brittle when it's frozen down to a very.
Ooh, God!
Cold
Imagine we just
temperature.
shattered to a
Yeah.
million pieces.
Oh,
What
my.
a horrible fate that would be.
yeah.
But I mean, if we're being generous, then maybe freezing metal into carbonite could make them brittle enough to actually for him to actually tear them apart. Maybe.
Well,
To
canonically,
be fair,
don't
we
they
are dealing
freeze
with
gas?
space materials. God knows what the properties of
Who's
fucking
Carly?
carbonite is.
Don't they freeze Tabana gas inside that thing?
I think
So basically, this is just one big giant frozen gas.
I always thought it was magic. I thought they turned him into a rock.
you know, it's space fantasy, so sure, let's just go with
They're
that.
just like, bing, he's a rock now.
Vader used his secret force technique, which is
Oh,
why they needed
Princess.
a machine. Yes, I don't know where you came up with that.
And you know, I really don't know much about Star Wars, guys. I'll
It's
be the
great
first to
though.
say.
It fits Luke so well. You're learning as you go.
Exactly. I'll use that excuse.
Hey, you know, before acting in A New Hope, Mark Hamill had never seen a single Star Wars movie, so you're good.
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
What a huge misfire on their step.
Yeah, I mean, it was the fourth movie, right?
No experience. Yeah, exactly.
This is previously.
Can you imagine how confused audience goers would have been when they went into Empire Strikes Back and they saw the subtitle Episode 5? They're like, oh shit, did I miss like
oh no
4 movies?
They didn't do that in the original release, though. Sorry for killing your joke.
Did.
No, they did. They did.
Oh,
for Empire Strikes Back, they did. It was A New Hope that was just Star Wars.
It was.
They did. I found that out because I watched the original theatrical cut recently. I was like, huh.
Well, imagine having the 70s were the Wild West of cinema. They were just like, yeah, we'll do whatever.
70s were a good time for cinema, yeah.
That's great. We should do.
That was the start of the blockbusters.
Let's do The Godfather next, guys.
Oh, I watched that recently.
Did you? Does it hold up?
I can't refuse.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Oh, I know.
You do me proud.
My boy, don't touch this jewel.
Maybe Backstroke Yoda could play Marlon Brando's character.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
Extra flammy
This one!
This one.
This one! This one!
And the fun thing is, there's actually a...
See, there you go.
Yeah.
There's the full-out screaming that we
There's a
want.
small editing error here, because when Leia shouts "no need," that's both Carrie Fisher's voice and Ophelia's voice overlaid over each other.
Yep.
They have become
And-
one.
I did notice that, but I kept it because it sounded
poor
funny. It sounded much funnier
my
than just
God.
telling it out.
A happy little accident. Yeah.
It just sounds like she screams, like "ah!"
Happy little accident.
Oh boy, another iconic
Oh
scene.
my god. Welcome to the boss battle. Because of you.
It's just like, why do I hear boss music?
But you don't.
Because of you, I am now the most powerful entity in the universe.
Actually, that's the point. You don't hear music here because they wanted to really sell the eeriness of the scene. It only comes in at like very key points.
He's like, hello.
That was one thing with the spotting of the film. I remember John Williams saying, is that there were lots of times where he was asked not to use music, which was more effective than using music, which I find kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silence is also a sound is one of my favorite quotes.
Silence is gold.
that's
Shut up and get rich.
Silence of the Lambs. Yes,
I like how your brain was just like, something relating to silence.
We can edit this, right?
No. Immortalized forever.
Oh, this is nice.
And you know, that
These guys. Oh,
Imperial officer, that's actually Boba Fett's actor.
no.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
cool.
true.
Is that, oh, I've forgotten his
Jeremy
name.
Bullock.
Jeremy Bullock, yeah.
Oh, another Jeremy.
Another one, yes.
You know what's funny? As a young man, I always thought this bald guy with the techie visor around his head was the same actor from it was Professor X's actor. Do you know who I'm talking
You
about?
thought it was Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, I thought it was Patrick Stewart.
Wait, what? Was Patrick Stewart even that old back then?
No, but I just, as a young man, you're watching this and you're like, yeah, these
true.
are all the same characters. This is bald.
So,
I mean, I
I
have
think the word is a kid, a child,
as a wee little tot.
a baby.
As a baby.
so this was the scene auditioned by
Engage.
DarthDementous for Lando.
Yeah, it's true. His choking was pretty good, but I bet he didn't actually strangle himself, so,
Kinky.
That's what separates the real from the green.
Acting is all about doing it for real, that's what they say.
No.
That's a species, C3.
Oh
We
my
can't
This
help
God.
it.
line,
Permanent
that line,
fursuit.
Public restroom.
okay, that line made my dad just die laughing.
Oh, I'm so glad you kept that in, Quirderph, because that wasn't the original line. I actually misread it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad had me track down in the script like what line it was translated from, and he was just because he wanted to know how it happened, and it wasn't until the blooper reel came out that I found out, oh, that wasn't the translated line after all. But
No, I don't know how I read rescue group as restroom. What the fuck, right?
Chinese public rescue group.
You were saying
Yeah, that was
rest,
the
and then
original
your
line.
voice filled in the rest.
Yes. Ah!
Speaking of...
Boba Fett was played by Rivercast too in this dub, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he was.
All three.
Why are we
lines.
talking like he's not here?
Sorry.
He will be missed.
He's here in spirit and in person.
Yeah,
Very
that's why he
much so.
plays Ben Kenobi. Because he is a spirit.
Yep.
It's simple.
Gee, I play the character that's dead and the character that only has 3 lines. It fits.
Don't worry, your shining moment's coming up for Boba Fett in episode 6 for sure.
He has no lines in that film.
Nah.
Where he says no lines other than "What the ah!"
Wow.
Ooh.
That's a great dub.
I always loved that voice.
Peter.
Peter.
I'm actually Luke.
Can't even
That's not
remember
my
Long Sun's
name. Oh god, he got reul close to his bike there.
I like that so. I love this scene.
And the thing is, I think Peter is actually a translation of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Which doesn't make any more sense, honestly, but...
Wait, what?
I mean, he's
I went,
basically
oh, and then
some
I realized,
equivalent
wait,
to
no,
Oh,
that makes
yeah,
less
it
sense.
makes sense because like Obi-Wan has taught you well. He's saying that.
I mean, if you really want to go that deep in the interpretation, you can
Peter
roughly
Rabbit
say
has
that
taught you well.
Obi-Wan's basically Saint Peter. I'll say that.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
true. There's
Oh,
a lot of
Luke is-
religious
he's the Gospel of Luke.
references.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so Gospel of
Gospel
Peter.
Luke.
Gospel of Luke.
When I was
Saint
coming up
Peter
with
and the
translation for this part, I remember
I love
so
that
worried.
guy. I want that guy to come back.
He's a
Putting
bit
the I in
charred.
there. Gospel.
Yeah, I know. I love the way he said gospel. I think that was Air to Gallifrey.
No, that
Did
was
one.
Archie McMillan.
Archie McMillan. That's it. My bad.
Archie. Man after my own heart.
That was Uncle Owen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already I'm having hiccups on what line did what.
See, the music's really epic here, but it's also really funny just watching him get bopped by like objects that slowly float into him.
Wow.
Boom.
It looks so goofy, but I love it. Donk.
But it makes sense too, because, you know, Vader is trying to keep him alive, so he's trying to attack him in a non-lethal manner.
He's just
Yeah.
tenderizing him
By
before he
sucking him out of
becomes
his
the
face.
princess. Yeah, I was about to say, you say keep him alive, but
I said trying!
I hate the
I think you mean the other thing.
I hate the word tenderize here.
True.
That's terrible.
This is probably one of the few
Luke is
places
so
that
lucky.
demonstrates any sort of OSHA compliance in the entire universe.
That's true, but they kind of ruin that by having just empty space between the railing.
Oh no.
Oh god, again, fees.
You can complain. Artemis happy, you
Antiviruses.
can complain now.
Attention. This is like
You all have no jobs.
The
You're all unemployed.
go and get your stimulus checks.
You're all employed. Get your checks. The union will cover your back.
That's basically what he's saying.
I
Because he's
am
kind
the
of like he
union.
runs away from his whole operation here, doesn't
But
he?
he's telling everyone
And now
else
look at
to
the
run
riots.
away too, so...
Run!
True. Oh, there's the ice cream man, Wilbur Hood, best character. Actually, that thing he's holding, that came back in The Mandalorian, holding the Beskar.
What?
Called like a contono or something.
In real
Wow,
life,
that's-
that was an ice cream machine, but they kind of retconned
Yeah, it
as
actually is
some
an ice
kind
cream
of,
machine.
in the Mandalorian, you retconned it as some kind of, I don't know...
Yeah, some kind of
Yeah,
container
yeah.
with,
They
like,
turned
stuff
it into
in
a space ice cream machine.
I guess it's a
That was a big
a
difference.
portable safe or something.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I love this.
Wow, very useful. Thank you, R2.
Yeah. Now
Man,
they
aren't
can't
you
hit
like
does that
us.
the entire
They don't know.
time.
They don't know where R2 is. See, people always complain about the stormtroopers not being able to hit anything, but legitimately, in the first 2 movies, they're fine.
Pretty
It's
good.
really like a recent thing that they've decided to make the stormtroopers incompetent, which I don't
I mean,
like.
they're not that competent in this scene, honestly. They have no
I like that
reason to
run.
miss them here.
Well, it's
Well,
you have to
They are
Four
far
of
understand.
those
away, to be
helmets.
fair.
I was gonna say the
look at
helmet
those
probably
helmets.
doesn't help.
No.
Yeah, that's
But-
true.
Got
Luke
these
does say that.
T-shaped helmets.
I mean, they are. The Empire is competent in this film, but we never actually see a stormtrooper shoot anybody in it. So
yeah.
Well, what about the Battle of
I
Hoth?
say we don't see them. The 88s do most
Well, we don't
of
see
the
a
work.
stormtrooper shoot anybody important.
We smell them,
Yes.
which is the key difference here. Oh,
Oh my
Jesus, I
god.
love this part. You can hear his breathing's like increased too. This is such like an oh shit moment. It's great.
yeah.
Vader's done playing around. He's two-handing now too. He was one-handing before. Playtime's over, son.
Now clean your room.
Clean your room.
I can't. It's too big.
That sounded like me. Who did that?
That was me.
I can.
Scary.
I mean, with the way I'm going to be editing this, you can find out.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have isolated audio tracks and then I'm going to spectrogram the whole thing.
Ooh.
Nice scream,
Now,
Sylarjr.
was that me? That
That
must have
was
been me,
you.
right?
Yeah,
That
that
was
was,
you.
you.
Man, if only the mic didn't peak. That was a good scream.
Hi.
Tommy. He's like an awkward dad. I love it.
Are you winning,
Yeah, we
son?
know.
Yeah. Strong are you winning, son vibes.
This disastrous conflict. Oh my god.
Great delivery here.
Thanks, guys.
I know you were looking forward to this part as well.
This is
Yeah,
my
here it
favorite
comes.
part.
We just talked about spelling earlier. What a foreshadow. I'm a father, not even your father.
Just a father. Oh no.
I'm looking for my own opinion.
Yes.
Yay!
Good one.
Oh, so good.
Classic.
Yay!
I love that that became a running gag.
Oh, it
I
worked
actually get so
out.
hyped when it happens.
It's really
I just
cool.
want to wait for Benjamin Norman Pierce to say "do not want" when he falls down the Death Star shaft.
I don't know if he actually has that.
He doesn't say that though.
Throw it in.
Yeah, he doesn't have any lines. to throw in.
Vader.
Make him say it.
Maybe.
I mean, if you're going by the special edition, Vader does say, "Do not
Oh,
want
no.
again."
Oh no.
I'm
I hate that Blu-ray edition so much, but it would be good for the dub.
yeah, just put it back in.
No.
Yeah, just put whatever lines you want. It's our adaptation.
George was like, it's not very clear that he's supposed to have an inner conflict, so I'm gonna make him say no.
He has to say no.
It's gonna be very important.
No, put,
People won't get the
no,
scene
no.
otherwise.
Here's the thing: instead of one, put two "do not once."
Back
Back to back.
He says no twice.
I just want to say, can we point out how goofy it is that little chute has a trap door?
Yeah, it's so
Right under where he landed.
What is the point of this?
It's so
It's a video
fucking-
game level
Why
design.
would they do that?
I don't know.
It's below like an antenna as well. Like, what?
And then
Because
it's
where
over
else was that? Where else would that have been leading if not outside?
The
So
whole
it-
design of Cloud City is incredibly baffling, let's be honest. You have this giant chasm for no reason. It's just cinematic. That's the only reason.
It's like it's designed
I mean,
to be a
the-
death trap.
The city's up in the sky because they're mining gas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Episode 1
But hey.
has continues that tradition with the shield generator area that literally has like rotating shield doors for no reason.
Video game level design.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And a pit in the middle so someone could fall into it. Luke's lines. He talked about smelling before.
This
But-
all worked out really well.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love this statement of the Force theme. Oh my god. You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
I've ruined the whole movie, guys. I'm so sorry. Ophelia, you can smell me. You can smell me over here.
Yes, I can smell
Yeah,
you from a
that's right.
distance.
It's
God,
the
you
Force.
reek.
Keep
It's
smelling your
Force
brother.
smell-o-vision. God, you reek.
You were just having this big sword fight.
To be fair, Luke would be very sweaty after all
Yeah,
that
exactly.
exchange.
I'm fucking bleeding out from my arm, you know?
You probably
No,
smell
it
like the
his
Beijing
arm-
atmosphere
your arm
too,
was-
with all of
your
like
arm
the
was
smoke that's
castrated.
on
I
you.
mean,
Yeah,
the
cauterized.
lightsaber. Cauterized, right.
Oh yeah, true.
My
The
arm
smell
was
of burnt flesh as
castrated.
well.
Oh my god, this is morbid.
That raises some interesting
Don't worry, guys. I'm not
implications of what the
censoring any of
fingers
this.
No. Poor Luke.
Don't worry, I don't bleep any of you guys out whenever I'm doing this.
Okay.
So
Fantastic.
Yeah, Luke gets castrated in Empire Strikes Back. He
Guys,
comes
it's
back.
true. New lore.
He gets
New
a
lore.
prosthetic.
didn't we establish that?
prosthetic ball.
Well, he doesn't.
I
He doesn't
mean-
actually have one to begin with. Remember? Because in,
I mean,
in the
he's-
next movie, he says it's revealed he's female.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh
true.
yeah, true.
Wow. I'm gonna have to
So
start
he's a eunuch
voicing him
and a girl.
differently. He's a eunuch and a... There are women eunuchs. I mean,
Ugh.
actually, probably not.
Ugh.
It's all about perspective, you see?
How did those TIE fighters know he was around there? Is what I'm wondering.
So I
They
came back
smelled
for
him
you.
too.
They
I
picked him
came
up on
back
the
for you because I
scans.
smelled you. Okay, that works.
Uh-huh.
That works.
Yeah,
I knew.
that works. That's consistent.
My last boyfriend was turned into a rock, so you're gonna have to do.
That's rough, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Leia really can't catch a break, huh?
I wonder how Luke feels about what Luke thinks about Lando being there. Wasn't this guy with the Empire earlier?
That's a good point.
He's
Oh, I
like,
guess he
"What?
never really
What?"
saw any of that.
Yeah.
He ran past them.
Oh.
You know, in the
But
corridor.
that raises even more. Oh yeah.
He goes
true.
up to Lando. He's like,
I guess he
Han,
assumed
you
that-
look different.
Is that a new lotion you're using?
Like, what's going on?
Like the new tan, Han.
It's a couple months.
See that kiss?
Couple
That,
months
see
out
that
in
kiss?
Space. Aw,
God
nice
damn
little-
it! The
nice
incest
little kiss.
continues.
Nice little sibling kiss.
But they don't even really commit. They just kind of like brush their lips against each other.
Yeah. George Lucas is like, okay, don't kiss too much. I might want you guys to be siblings later.
No, don't do it.
Hit it.
You want to hear something
good
that
mission.
Arvin Kirshner, the director of this movie,
Oh,
said?
I know what you're about to
He
say.
said that every
Yes.
kiss should have the same emotion as a sex scene.
Oh god.
It was kind of like in Star Wars, kissing is the equivalent of like hardcore porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what? Now that we
man.
mentioned
Well,
Irvin Kershner, can we all just point out the fact on how the general best film and the general worst film were not directed by Lucas?
it's true. And
It's
now That
true.
you think about it.
Now that you think about it, it's true.
Yeah, Lucas only directed A New Hope.
Lucas only directed A New Hope and the entire prequel trilogy.
And
Yeah.
and
The prequel trilogy revealed his weaknesses as a director, that's for sure.
Yeah. And of
well,
course,
yeah,
the worst film was not directed by Lucas either. So
you know, that one was directed by me. But and, you know, thanks for bringing it up.
I see you are a timeless being.
I am a time.
And this is what you choose to do with your immortality.
you know, I got a lot of time on my hands, guys.
That's true. You can't exactly waste time, can you? It's infinite.
Dad, come with me.
I like this
Okay.
little
I
scene.
literally can't. I'm in a spaceship.
I'm over here.
Yeah, true.
What are the words?
Oh yeah, I love that. That's the thing he keeps repeating in this dub is, what are the words?
It's like he forgot his
It's like he
lines,
can't remember his lines.
I certainly couldn't remember my lines with how many retakes.
Imagine trying to memorize the script for this. This would be a
Flight
challenge and a half.
engineers.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, people memorize the script for backstroke.
I actually have.
It's
I've actually managed to end up memorizing some of that script too. Of Backstroke of the West.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's dedication because you didn't even have to voice any of the characters.
And I mean, I know some of it, like the highlights videos, the parts that are on the highlights videos. I watch over and over, so
those
I know
are great.
some of that.
I love the one Critical.
I wonder if we're
going
gonna
to
end up redubbing Backstroke of the West in the long future, like more or less to bring it in
That would
line
be
with
interesting.
the other films that we make.
People would be so mad at us. They would
Yeah,
say,
no,
I would be mad
Backstroke does not need a remake.
We could do 1 and 2, but I think we should leave 3.
Actually, but then again, I want to have some of the original Backstroke cast voice the prequel characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping
So
I'm
we
hoping
can cut
we
the
get
need of
them,
the
'cause-
remake.
We'll see who we can get.
Sure,
yeah.
but in that
I wanna
case,
see who we
we're
can get.
completing the trilogy. If you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I haven't thought about much past episode 6. But I'm hoping that.
And it'll give me good interview material too. We can either invite him on the commentary, or we can bring them on, or we can do these one-off interviews for those characters as well.
I would love
But
to
They
bring
all
them
live in
on
the same
something like
time
this.
zone, so I'm sure setting up a commentary won't be hard.
They'd
That's
bring them
cool.
on and they're like, "What are you guys? We were the original. You guys are losers."
Yeah, we're just imitating.
We're your
you.
replacements.
I mean, I've thought of bringing Benjamin over for both this commentary, but I figured, well, Save him for the next time. I mean, he has a more prominent
true.
role in the
That
sixth
will
film
be his
than
shining moment.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
What's he like as a person?
he's actually a pretty decent guy to talk to.
Okay.
He's
I didn't
pretty-
expect him to not be a decent guy.
He's a really chill.
Incredibly racist.
He's a really chill person. Darth, don't.
Poor guy.
I mean, the guy wrote a book once. I'll say that much.
Nice.
Did he wrote a book about Star Wars?
No, not about Star Wars. This is an
Star
own.
Wars?
He wrote his own fiction novel.
Is it called Star Wars?
No.
No.
People that are gonna
Called Jeremy Winterson, a Star Wars story.
a Star Wars story. People are gonna listen to this and they're gonna be so disappointed with what I'm actually like.
People
No,
are gonna, they're gonna listen
I
to
think
this
you
and
fit the character of Luke so well. I think, if not exceed, you will meet people's expectations.
they're gonna watch this and be disappointed at all of our impressions.
They should expect this. We're just a bunch of
There's been a
jerks jerking
few.
off on the internet.
Just a bunch of jerks jerking off.
Just a bunch of jerks. Jesus, that
We're just
phrasing.
some random people who met each other on Reddit.
Yeah,
It's
it's
true.
It's true.
We all just kind of fell into this.
And now it's really my calling, guys. So if you could all subscribe to my OnlyFans account. That would
No, Luke, you're too pure.
Seething.
Man, I feel like we're there right now, staring off into the galaxy.
Yeah.
It's the three of us.
It's very poignant.
Guys, I have to say you guys are my closest friends after having met you for the first time today.
Thank you.
Yay.
Oh my god, that's.
I don't know whether that
amazing.
means your standards are really low or if you're genuine.
I did say the whole thing about my standards being low earlier.
That's true. That's true.
Woo! Quirderph!
Silo.
And
Yeah,
fuck that guy.
Who's this guy? Is he an extra?
Oh, cringe.
Is he an extra? Is like, who the hell is this?
Who the hell is this guy? Yay! It's Bong Day.
I'll always love the name
I love
Bong
that.
Day.
I love that
Very
line.
great.
It's just in one line, but it's perfect.
I mean, that guy probably is an extra too. Like, what is he? He's not on this commentary. He
Darth
wasn't important enough
Vader?
to be
What a
invited.
stupid Star Wars name, right?
Rivercast. It's you.
Pakistan Feed Special?
Hey! That was
Look,
me.
Tobar, it's you.
Oh, guys. You know, we gotta do our Oni Plays podcast now.
Oh, we do.
Our just
We do.
voice
Just
over
look
that.
Just look at all these unimportant names that.
It's true. None of these people helped make this at all.
Sylarjr, did you see the highlights video? I think they're in Resident Evil 4, and they tried to get they tried to get Ding Dong to look up like the puzzles,
Oh,
but then his brain farted while he was like talking to Siri. And he's like,
Hi there.
Siri me wee. Chris is like, you fucking idiot.
I love those guys so much.
They're so entertaining. Literally 75% of my humor comes from Ernie plays, which is kind of sad.
How did you guys react? How did you guys react when the dub of the Counterattack Collection was taken off approximately like 3 days after it was
That was so
initially released?
frustrating because literally the
was
day
so
after I was
mad.
going to show it to my friend.
Yeah, what
Yes,
happened there?
like ditto.
I mean,
I'm so glad Quirderph was able to come up with a solution. I was able to show my friend after all, so thank you for that.
I mean, you're watching
And
this
I ended up
locally on my.
getting
You're watching this being streamed from my hard disk drive too. I'm not on the internet to do this.
Yeah.
Just in case.
We're undercover.
Yeah, I wound up. I was gonna show it to my family that weekend, but we didn't. They didn't actually end up having time that weekend anyway, so it worked out, I guess. But I was upset.
Yeah, wasn't meant to be.
Like,
well,
they're-
it all worked
But
out in the
yeah,
end.
that's kind of
Dialogue
concerning
editors.
going forward.
You figured it out, man. You did a great job. I was worried for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like how can they
What do
take,
we-
take
what do
us
we-
down? We're geniuses.
I know.
Yeah.
This is definitely falls
We're
under
doing the Lord's
transformative.
work.
This is
You can't
parody.
watch this and get
This
the
is
original
transformative
experience.
parody.
And there he is.
No, I
the
reckon
man
it was the
himself.
scenes. I reckon it was the scenes that are pretty much unchanged from the original that must have tricked
And then
the
who are all
copyright
these
censor or
people?
something.
Sure.
Who are all these people that got credited by their real names? They're
there are people who don't have Reddit accounts.
Ah,
Oh, no.
yes.
Oh.
I'm guessing this is Quirdoph's family.
Real names are so 1900s.
I know. People.
Your
people
dad's
will-
name almost sounds like a Star Wars name. That's great.
Uh-huh.
We
I
should
do,
protest
I
to
do
the
have so
union.
much embarrassment that this is my name that people know me by on here. That
we should protest to the
Sylarjr.
union, I guess, is what should happen.
How do you think I feel? DarthDementous, that's my identity till the end of time.
I mean,
This
it's
is-
appropriate
I mean-
to the franchise at least.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It works.
Yes, this is true.
Who watched
Ophelia
the
What is
Bloodstone was a
Ophelia
name I came up
Bloodstone
with.
from?
Yay,
It
go
was,
us! Woo!
Okay, do you guys know the fanfic My Immortal?
Yes.
I've heard of that.
Oh no.
Really? A
Okay.
fan
What
fiction title after an Evanescence song?
No, it was. I came up with the name Ophelia Bloodstone as like my OC for My Immortal.
Oh my god,
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
Dementia, Darkness, Raven Way. Look, I literally looked at that name and I'm like, this reminds me of My Immortal. That's amazing.
Oh,
An
no.
Evanescence.
I'm-
Oh, are we literally
that would
talking
be-
about a
that's
fanfic
what
named
my-
after an Evanescence song?
Yes.
Oh my God,
There's
if you haven't
so
read it, you
much
have to read
Evanescence.
it.
There's so much MCR references in it. It's one of the best fan fictions I've ever read. It's so funny.
I know
Yes.
nothing about this.
Oh my God.
They try to make so the first chapter came out and they had Dumbledore swear. He goes, "What the fuck do you think you're doing, you motherfuckers?" And then people complained, and they're like, the author's note was like, "Okay, I made it better." And then the next chapter, they have like Professor McGonagall go, "You thunderous fools!"
Yeah, so Ophelia Bloodstone is who I would be if I was in My Immortal.
Yeah,
How'd you
and
I
come
was
up
one
with
of
the
Ebony's
name?
like lackeys.
you'd be like Lavender Brown, but your parents were retconned to be dead, and you're secretly a Satanist the whole time.
and a vampire.
And a vampire.
Woo, woo, guys!
Oh, boy.
I think
Yeehaw.
this is the
This
best
is it.
one
We
yet.
did it!
We did it! Yay!
Did it.
Every guys, quick closure. What are we going to do now?
Great shot, kid. Don't get cocky.
Great shot, kiddie. Don't get cock. Oh, I mean, never mind.
But I wanted some strong and big converters.
Guys, close this out just so we can. I'm sorry.
Thanks for listening, everyone. This was a lot of fun. We hope to see you for episode 6 when we record our inevitable commentary and bring you more of our wonderful shenanigans.
Just one big giant watch party that's poorly managed, unscripted.
The wish power are
and
together
Have
with
a
you.
fun.
The wish power together with you. My name is EclipseMT.
Wish power are together with you at.
I know nothing about Star Wars, guys. I'll admit it. I didn't. And that's
Now's
all
your
I got to
chance to
say.
redeem
Thank
you.
you, everybody.
Alright, I'm going to stop recording.
Stop recording.
Stop recording on mine.